does Kevin do again? Is it like finance or something? What does Kevin do?
Yeah. He's a bit. He and Chris W are full-time grinders. They pay their rent.
Did y'all ban?
Our donkey money.
Y'all ban from the stream
I wish I could play
Sure,
that,
start with the bottom five.
but no, I think they're just going
He's up
to.
there.
He was on the list and got off.
Kevin, and he got off?
Yeah.
Oh man, maybe he died.
You in there, Chris?
Yeah, unless he's dying, he'd make sure that he's from all his dating stuff on the profile list.
Good evening. It is Monday, August 7th, 2023. We've had us here at TCH Live, Texas Card House, Austin. I'm William Lottie in New York, with you this evening. I've got Dante alongside me. Been way too long since we've done a show together.
Feels like it, huh? Before the WSOP, anyway.
Yeah, before the series. Yeah.
Before the series,
Way
you're
too long.
mix matching this together.
Going to play a little 1-3 Nomen Hold'em this evening. We're going to get started with $10 PLO bomb pot, as we usually do here. Little rainbow flop on the top and King 9-8, couple diamonds on the bottom. I see Johnny with top two and nut diamonds. Massive scoopability there.
Preston likes his hand. I'm sorry, Prestige.
Prestige likes a lot of hands, and he's got a gut shot, and he's got top pair, and he's got a one-way hand. He makes made it 25, optimized, sitting there with middle set on the bottom. He is going to call. Does have weakish backdoor hard draw.
You know, middle set in a bomb pot, usually not too excited about it. That was nothing on the top.
Johnny just flatting. A 10 and an ace on the turns. That's going to improve Johnny to 3 pair on top.
The gutter.
And then,
well, he's actually got a wrap here, sort of, right?
Yeah, Johnny with the wrap on the bottom. Prestige making it 55. Optimizing Johnny, both calling. As we head to the rivers here. 4 of spades and a 3 of hearts, backdoor spades. Get there for Prestige on the top. Optimize going to hold it on the bottom with his set of 9s, which that run out not too scary. Throws brick, Prestige making it 175. Optimize calling.
Wow, Johnny had the world there, huh?
He had the world.
And just
he got
missed
his heart
everything.
broken there.
Yeah, that was
That's spot pots for you. That's Omaha for you. Prestige and Optimize going to chop this money up here.
Prestige had a heck of a game last week.
He did he? I didn't get to see. I was in New York.
7K profit, something like that?
7K, wow.
Around there,
massive.
yeah.
That is massive for this game.
And then right when the stream's over, he picked up his chips and left. That was probably the best move he did all night.
Yeah, sometimes the best move is not to play.
So he played really well, too.
And he's going to reward Jesse for that excellent start. Backdooring him outside.
Thank goodness Kevin's not here. We'll play so many
And
more
going to get
hands.
into some Nomen Hold'em. It is going to be 1-3. Never mind what the graphics say. We're going to get that fixed in a few hands. 1-3. It looks like the 10 is on. To the points. Chris M with the worst hand ever created, ace queen.
Well, there is an old adage: never lose your money on a queen. That's it.
This guy's dangerous.
85 going to be the raise. Pretty big raise. Oh, looks like Prestige with the 25 on, but will not defend it with the 10-3.
See, there's some personal growth there. He would have played that. Yeah.
JTN, happy 39th birthday. However many 39th birthdays you've had, I don't know how many. Probably not 39. I've met you. You probably haven't had 39. Probably less than that, I'm going to say.
I've had about 15.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet. We're still a few years away from 39 over here.
Let's take a look around the table and see who we have. Some familiar faces again. We just talked about Prestige. We see our friend Optimize, who I think is in every stream.
Yeah,
he's always here.
Regular rounds here.
Yeah, he is.
One of us is quiet. Which one of us is quiet?
Unless you straddle.
I might be quiet. I'm going to move this microphone a little bit closer. See if I'm a little bit less quiet here.
I'll try to tone it down a little bit.
No, it's not your fault, Dante. It's definitely my fault. And I think David's going to fiddle with switchers here on the other side to maybe make that a little bit better. Sorry about the audio there.
See, we have Chris here. He's going to raise his button. I really like this play here.
Jack
Austin.
we got our friend Faker. He put the 40 on. He's going to defend with the 8-7.
Dr. Faker?
Dr. Dancer Faker.
Yeah.
He's a really interesting guy, and not going to get rewarded for that defense here. Chris going to flop middle pair. Faker basically dead here with his 8 high. Check, check, and now he's completely dead as the queen shows up on the turn. Chris picking up a gut shot to go with what is the best hands.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure what he's targeting here. I mean, if he gets called, what's calling him?
Yeah, so
but he takes the pot down.
he's going to get through, and the bet seems fine. And worst case scenario, he can draw to the nuts. 10 would do the job. JTN, you spent your birthday up at Hard Rock Tulsa. Congrats on the shot. I've been to Hard Rock Tulsa. Not a bad place. Like I've shown up there for like a WSOP circuit. Of course, I'm not going to be there this time around. I'm going to be in Dallas for some amount of this Poker Atlas tour we got coming up. You see the little thing in the corner of your screen there. More about that in a moment. So nice to not drive 7 hours, to drive just 3 hours and play some great poker. Have a little three-way action here.
Got some marginal hands here. Chris, it does have. Oh, is that? So Faker gets an 8.
Yeah, that's going to be a pair for Faker. And he's going to just lead right out for $100.
You're always never comfortable with that when you flop. You do flop a pair.
Yeah.
It's not very good, so I like the fact that he went ahead and let out there.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fish in that field, JTN. I just am not going to be one of them this time. Like I had played up in Tulsa back in August of last year, and I was 2 cards away from winning a ring. Then I didn't win a ring. And then I went there in March, and I min-cashed 1 PLO event, and I otherwise got smoked. And this time around, I'll be up in Dallas. And,
He did say that one.
Yeah, August 15th through September 5th between TCH Dallas and Las Colinas. There's Hold'em, there's PLO, and there's some other mixed events. I mean, there's some other clubs that run tournament series in this state, but only we're running mixed events.
I've seen a lot more clubs down here in Texas playing a lot more mixed games now.
Yeah, mixed games are definitely catching on, and nice to see TCH running some mixed tournaments as part of this Poker Atlas tour. You'll definitely see me there that weekend for like horse, triple draw.
Did somebody just flop at the nuts?
9, 7, 8, yes.
Optimize. Oh, and Ryder.
Ryder's got the open enter,
with
which
bottom
is
pair, which is normally really good.
Yeah, he has one end that's good for half the pot, and he has an end that's good for getting him stacks probably.
Yeah, if a 6 hits, he's really in trouble.
Optimize, making it 110 with the nuts. Ryder going nowhere. Everyone else clearing out with their various nothings.
Are you like me? Are you rooting for a 6? Because I am.
A little chaos going there.
So yeah, that would definitely be.
Not going to be all that chaotic. Optimize, going for some more value here. Goes about 2/3, 225. The thing is, like, Ryder has some hands he could beat here. Like he's beating Ace-10 right now.
He's beating all
He's beating Queen-10, which is actually not a lot of hands when you think about it.
Oh, look who it freaking is.
7's going to pair on the end. This could cause trouble for Ryder. He makes trips.
This is a tough card there for Ryder. He's going to go ahead and lead out too.
Oh my!
And this is actually a tough spot for Optimize, right? He no longer has the nuts. So he might just have to just call here. He's never folded.
It's okay. So it's going to be about half pot, 375. Yeah, this is either call or shove. This is fold should not be one of our choices here. I don't think. We're talking about a half pot bet. You have to be good a quarter of the time.
Yeah, and he is. He's good. It was just a weird line, right? Ryder just goes ahead and leads out right there in that spot.
If he actually had a set or a 2-pair on the flop, I think he's more likely to check raise.
Yeah, because the board is so wet.
Yeah, like you're fading a heart, you're fading a straightener at that point. So Optimize is holding these cards suspiciously high. This is call or put the rest of it in.
The bet looks value-y too.
Yeah.
So
Which, in all
half pot
fairness, he
bet.
thinks he's getting
He
out. He
falls!
falls!
Oh, Ryder pulls it
Oh
off.
my! You can't do that. Well done, Ryder.
You know, funny story. I have 4 sons. One of my sons' name is Ryder, and I actually sat next to him earlier playing poker. So, really nice guy.
I learned so much about you when I watched that match.
Nice pot there.
On everything. Can't wait.
So it's hard to get a boat, and it's so hard to put your opponent on a boat.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, if he had a set or 2 pair, he's raising along somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think
I
he gets
would.
to the river without a raise. Like,
Yeah, it didn't.
it just doesn't make as much sense to me.
I was going to say, I mean, he could. I mean, he can't raise, but he certainly is going to call 100% of the time when he should. I would think. But he's playing, and we're not. So we
Very
do.
true.
Last week, we're actually seeing this trend again. Last week, we did the quadruple straddle all the way around for hours. The game turned into 20-40, and right now we're on the double straddle. So
And we're in the first hour. We're not even the power
yeah,
hour.
it's
Oh, that's fair.
Okay, so we're playing 1, 3, 10, 20 at the moment.
all right. We have our friend Joe in the house. And he did tell me, I hope there's a seat because I want to wreck these fools. Those are exactly.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he can make good on that promise.
All right.
TJ with the skinny going heads up with Optimize, and they're both whipping here, and TJ actually picking up a gut shot. Gonna go for the old $10 bet.
$10 blocker bet.
Optimize has jack high, and Optimize is going to put the raise in with what is actually the best hand at the moment. That'll get the job done. The old value bluff.
Yeah, he was ahead all the way. Looks like we have a new player here in seat 2. Did that last.
Ryder and Chris, of course, up so far. But we're just a few hands in here. See a lot of regulars in the chat. Thank you all for being here. Artist Actuary, Franklin at JTM. Good to see you all. Been a little bit since I've been back here. Was in New York for a couple weeks, and now Texas is stuck with me.
What's
for a
the
while.
temperature like in New York? Because in New York it gets really hot. Though,
It
doesn't
got to like mid to upper 80s
Oh,
and
that's fine.
humid.
Yeah, but
The key is the humid part. Like it can actually get gross.
1,500 or 1,000?
well, it's been really hot, as you know, really hot here.
It has been hot here. Like I came back and I thought I was in Vegas. It's like
It does feel,
105.
yeah, it does feel, yeah.
Yeah. For you.
I was in Vegas for a day, and but that heat felt a little different. It felt good actually.
Yeah, it definitely feels different than the Texas heat.
Ryder picking up a
Ace
premium here.
$35 raise over John's Open.
John's gonna defend.
Learning a tiny bit at a time.
John came to play. And he's going to get a pair and a gutter for his troubles. Ryder with the worst gutter.
Yeah, you really can't ask much more than that when you're playing 7-5 off.
Ryder continues for 35. John just calling. And John turning the straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Check, check. 9 on the end. And now John's going to try and
I see
get
a
himself
$100 in
here.
there. He's going to go 70% pot here.
I don't mind it. I mean, we're targeting like an overpair or a deuce, I think.
Yeah.
Problem is, I mean, Ryder really doesn't have any deuces as the 3-better.
Right, just kind of figure out what can he beat. All that is in his range. So John's gonna take it down, and he's gonna hold true to his word. We have Jesse in the box. Did Jesse get promoted?
I'm not sure. I've been out of the loop.
I thought he's. Oh, okay, yeah, he's a manager now. Because I saw him in a long sleeve shirt.
The nice shirts.
Yeah, the night. I was like, whoa. He started using serve. So
Yeah. You go out of town for 2.5 months, and the whole world's upside down when you come back. Jesse's running the place now, apparently.
He is. He's just signed a new lease for the new place.
All right.
Wow,
Queens
prestige.
and 9s and Jack 10. And
TJ
6,
is
5,
going to be
2s.
thinking
Everybody
he's in
wanted
good
that.
Yeah, TJ's thinking he's in good shape right now. You know TJ's going to at least call here.
Yeah, overpair. I mean, you like that overpair. All right. It's a heads up, and 4 of hearts might slow things down a little bit. Never mind what. There we go. Graphics have it right now.
It's not going to slow down. Prestige. He is pedal to the metal always.
Sometimes the bird card gets scanned by the scanner.
Yeah.
That's what you see there.
We saw that a lot last week.
Yeah, just whispering
75 the bet for Prestige, who
you can
can
tell
totally
when
have
he
3
shakes his
here.
head in any direction he doesn't know up for him.
TJ not believing he's going for the min click.
Normally you wouldn't be able to.
Prestige not believing either.
Yet they both have it in retrospect.
Yeah, in a manner of speaking. Deuce pairs on the end. And this could spice things up even further because, like, now these overpairs are feeling pretty good in case of like 6-5 or 6-4 or something.
I mean, I would, especially with the pre-flop action now. So
Now Prestige gonna lead river 150.
and he doesn't. Prestige does not care about that min click on the earlier
Yeah.
street.
And he gets called. The heater continues for Prestige.
Yeah, looks like it's the same game as last week. Actually, it's
Yeah.
in the same seat.
Oh, that's the lucky seat, lucky number 7.
Prestige now, our chip leader again.
Got a lot better after medical switch.
Rena says there's a Chatters meetup game on Sunday at TCH Dallas. Well, I can't make it up to Dallas, unfortunately, but I hope you all have a great time there.
Really good play.
I know our chat pros like to get together every now and then.
I wish they would do it in Austin.
Yeah, there was one attempt and it kind of fizzled. Like, I feel like the Dallas contingent's a little bit stronger.
Yes.
We got to whip up the Austin side of things.
Oh, he's a pro. He said he wasn't.
John and Prestige in there so far. TJ getting in there. Lots of suited hands.
Prestige last week was obviously led the table in VPIP, so I expect the same, the same tonight.
Yeah, I would be disappointed if we saw anything less. As John gonna call. King 9, Queen 9, 4-3, 4 different suits represented. And it's going
Flops
to
a
be a club
straight.
draw for TJ. It's going to be a straight for John.
Prestige
And Prestige, he's
with
got
an
a
open
top
ender,
pair and
top
an
pair.
open
I
ender.
mean, these are all pretty
Something
strong
for
hands.
everyone.
Although I don't like TJ's hand, but other than that, Prestige has got a really. I mean, he's probably thinking he's ahead here.
35 from Prestige. TJ gonna call, and let's see what John does here. Flopping the second nuts. Going to make it 100,
Very
which is
small raise.
probably not going to get any folds. He's probably just looking to pray that we don't see a club or a king.
Yeah, I might have gone just a tad bigger just because of the flush draws out there.
Unless the entire goal is to just get called late.
And he does.
They both call. 9 of diamonds. This could be an action killer. John now 4 to the straight on the board. Prestige does turn 2 pair. But you don't really love 2 pair on this board. Losing to any king or 8. 125 the bet from John, so like a third pot now.
Yeah, Prestige now loses to an 8, so he's probably looking to vote up here.
He is going to call. He's going to try and vote up, see if TJ wants to try and hit his 4 high clubs. He does not.
I think he folded 1 street too late.
7 of diamonds on the river. I'd say 2 streets too late.
2 streets, that's true.
And looks like we went
John.
check, check. I think John was maybe hoping Prestige would bomb it. And Prestige showing some restraint here.
I know.
And
A new
saving himself
Prestige.
some money.
And I'm doing so.
And John is now our
He's
our
the
leader
big winner so
early
far,
on.
10 hands in. And Prestige staying in the green, having minimized the damage. But yeah, a 4-3, yes, it's suited. But those are the famous last words. It was suited. Now that's a hand that has what sometimes gets referred to as reverse implied odds.
Yeah, and also I would playing 4-3 suited on the flop. If he had some sort of combo draw with that, that makes a lot of sense. But just hoping your clubs come in.
Yeah, I'm probably just not even getting to the flop with that hand
Yeah,
though, because like if I make my hands and a lot of money goes in, how often am I good? Not that often. That's what we mean with reverse implied odds. You either win a small pot or lose a big one most of the time. And Ace King and some inferior hands until Prestige goes and flops himself top pair.
He checked it.
Very quick check through. John picking up a gut shot on this 4 of diamonds. Now he'll go for the delayed c-bet to $50. Ryder has nothing and is going to just get out. Prestige with top pair. Going to make the call. And he'll be good on this 8 of spades river. John checking it over to Prestige. Bets 100. John gonna bluff catch and not gonna be right this time. Against a player as aggressive as Prestige, I like the bluff catch with the nut no pair. He just wasn't bluffing this time, and that's just how it goes. Sometimes they're not bluffing.
I really can't recall Prestige bluffing a lot last week. I mean, he just had it. I mean, he was getting hit. He was getting cards, and he was hitting the flops. I just don't. And John dealt the first 2 hours.
Sometimes you don't have to bluff. That's the fun thing. Like sometimes you just get cards and you don't have to bluff.
Optimize with a nice pair here. In late position, it's always good. It's gonna make it 75. Now that looks.
25 was on.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have the straddle on.
So 3-bet from John with the king queen suited.
You're bad at playing dumb.
Love 3-betting from the blinds there. Got to put a lot of pressure on Prestige here with the king 10 suited, but should just get out, and he is going to get out. And Optimize does not have a price to set mine with the 6s, and so aggression going to be the winning move for John. One of our dealers here, long-time dealers. I played with him a bunch in the mixed games. Like
John?
with John, yeah. Like back when like we'd get a 5-10 mix going here a lot.
The more experienced,
Like especially before the plague,
Doctor
in particular, like we would,
Ooh, that's before my time.
yeah, like we would, most nights we'd get a 5-10 mix going here, and there's some wild stuff that would happen, and John would be the provocateur. Like he'd be calling like the made-up stuff, like double board, big O, ultimate high, ultimate low with a sassy option. And
I not 5-10. I know like what, 2 years ago we were playing like a 2-5 mix game late at night.
holy Comboli, look at TJ's hand there. Spade draw and a gut shot. Actually 2 gut shots. And John's got a pair. TJ with a combo draw just going to flat against the bet and the raise. And TJ wasn't planning to get there this way, but he has turned top pair, which is going to be plenty good on its own, and he's going to have a much easier time calling this next barrel from Prestige.
SPR, TJ has 390 behind right now, so I don't think it's a call. I think it's an all-in.
I think I lean toward, and he is going to move all in. I would lean towards the call just because I have an opponent who likes to bluff, and the moment I raise, he doesn't get to bluff anymore.
We do not know if TJ knows Prestige though, because I don't know who
That's
TJ
true.
is.
Yeah.
And
We
he's
don't know
probably
that.
thinking Prestige has a hand here, and TJ wants to gamble. So
And so does Prestige, who is going to call with ace high. He needs an ace or a jack that's not a spade.
oh, I thought that was a jack.
King of clubs is none of the above. TJ going to double up at Prestige's expense. Yeah. And so, what were we discussing? We were discussing mixed games. So you were
Yeah.
discussing you had some kind of a 2-4 game?
Yeah, 2-5 game.
2-4.
Yeah, something like that. Might have been one through. We were doing it every, I don't know what day of the week.
Yeah.
Friday night? I think something like that.
This is a 5-10 limit game I'm referring to. Like these,
Yeah, I've never even played that.
mixed games are usually played as limit games.
You said you just said made up games because they were making up games in that one.
Oh yeah, there's
I
a
was
lot of made-up
like,
games.
I lost so much money because
Yeah,
I didn't understand the rules.
yeah. Half the players don't understand the rules.
Yeah,
It's,
so
really something. There's like 6 different variants of Dramaha.
our poker friend Caroline was the main antagonist of that. She was
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, another regular face in those mixed games.
all right. Chris here, nice little pair.
You only got one move, man.
We start with like 800.
Almost 1,000, like
I know you are. We all know what to do.
Nines,
We all know what
pretty good. 99 Red Balloons, the 80s song.
By Nina.
Yeah,
I'm from the '80s. You're not.
yeah, not quite. I've heard it enough on the radio though.
There's two. She's German. There are 2 versions of that.
Yeah, the original German song, and there's the English version. And Baker with the suited ace going to get in there as well. So 3 ways here.
Baker is an ER doctor.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, well, that's impressive. And a dancer. You're.
Yeah. King 10-5, couple of spades. That's going to be good for Prestige with the spade draw. And the best holding here in terms of,
You can see the equity chop there. Prestige is actually ahead
yeah,
in his hand, so because he can
Yes.
also hit a jack,
he can. He has too many
backdoor
outs, as they
straight
say.
draw,
Chris continues for 50 on what should be his board.
and
Baker,
when you
not
have
Baker.
when you have too many outs, you never hit them.
Yeah, the king pairs. The king pairs here, so Prestige loses a bit of equity having not gotten there, having not picked up anything in the backdoor department. He's going to lead for $75 though.
Notice Prestige always uses these small bet sizes to either donk lead or lead out. Is that an 8?
That is an
Oh.
8. So Chris calls. Prestige is going to turn himself a hand here. He's actually made a pair of 8s, but he's going to be pipped by Chris's 9s. We'll see if Prestige decides that he has to bluff or not.
Reject, showdown.
Oh man.
And it has gone check here. Prestige turns it over first, and Chris is like, wait, that's just a pair of 8s. I can beat that.
Like we said, Prestige had too many outs.
Yeah. Shell saying hello from 757, which I believe that area code is somewhere in Virginia. Yeah, I was when I was driving home from Vegas last month, like on I-40 in like Arizona or something. I passed a bus. It looked like a commuter bus. It was the 757 Express. I don't think they were referring to the airplane. And I looked up the area code out of curiosity, and somewhere in Virginia, I think. Like, I guess maybe they build the buses on the West Coast or something. I mean, that's the only explanation I could come up with.
I love
Like
Virginia.
maybe, yeah. Hey, look, the 9 Trees of Hearts in John's seat there.
Where's Aaron?
Yeah, where is Aaron? That's his hand right there.
I do see a 10, and we have Chris is going to flop top pair, decent kicker.
And nobody else has anything, so
Not a
I
spade
bet
amongst
should
the
finish
4 of
this.
them.
Chris will make it 40. That should finish it. And so it does. Virginia Beach. There we go.
Chris has been very active here early on in the first 45 minutes or so.
Either this one or this one.
We have Johnny in seat 4, who I don't think has played a hand yet.
Not yet. Just give it a little time. I'm sure we'll get him in there.
And we have Optimized, of course, in seat 1, who's playing some bad hands. He's playing his hands badly.
He's flopping the nuts and then finding a way to fold to
It's hard to do. It's hard to fold.
river bet.
Ari, that's our new player here in C2. He's probably got 8. He's probably going to raise. Nope.
That's a limp.
He
10
limps
is
in.
on. Johnny with the worst of suited aces going to up it up to 35. Prestige gets in there.
Not yet.
I'd be surprised if, yeah, there we go. Ari,
Maybe
short
Ari
stack
is
mid
going
here.
to check raise or just limp raise.
Limp jam, like jam would be the move here if he's going to raise.
He's only got 183 in his hand. Yeah, he's gonna. And that's what we know.
Call. He's going to try and flop himself a set here. I don't mind that move either. If an 8 shows up here, he's going to double. And there it is.
Nobody has anything
That's
else.
going to be a gutter for Prestige. And certainly, this is a board that is C-bettable for Johnny. 25. And like, if I'm Ari, I just flat here. I just never, ever, I'm just going to always put my money in. I'm never going to fold. He's going to call there. And now he's got a 2/3 pot behind. 7 of diamonds. Okay, Johnny's going to turn a diamond draw. Prestige has a pair, but okay, we're still putting our money in.
Yeah, I mean that board
There's
just
no
got a
problem.
lot more connected now. And
60 from Johnny.
personally, for me, I like the jam before the flop for Ari, the check jam.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded the jam pre, but if we're going to play this way, like now we jam. Now we
Yeah, you have to. I mean, sure, the straight's already there, but
if they got it, they got it.
yeah.
And we can draw the top vote. And he's going to move in. This is not enough money to get a fold. Like, he's just cashing in his 76% equity, which is great. 76% of the time, he's going to at least double, probably triple.
Well, we know Johnny's gonna call. He's got the
nut
enough
diamonds and a
the
gutter and
yeah.
an over. So he's going to call Prestige, pair and gutter. He's going to say, what the hell?
Now
because
Prestige, I would probably for
it's
76
76 and
bucks.
he's closing the
Yeah.
action. Now, that's a dead raise, I think. 70
was,
to 136 would be a dead raise, so call would be the only option there. So it's going to be a side pot here if any further action would be on the side. Jesse getting this mean pot right.
So we're looking
602
for
in
a
the
5
main.
here or a diamond.
Instead, the 3's going to pair Ari
boat.
with the top boat that I alluded to, and nobody else with anything. Dry side pod probably just goes check. And Ari going to triple up here.
For a minute there, I thought Ari looked like Sean Payton.
An older Sean Payton.
An older Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, new head coach of my Denver Broncos.
I enjoy taking a stab at William here.
And you know what? I'm optimistic. I mean, he's not going to let them blow off preseason. We got the first preseason game this weekend. He's making the starters play.
Did you hear about the comment last week about Nathaniel
Where he
Hackett?
said Hackett was incompetent, basically, without saying the word incompetent? Yeah, and you know what?
I actually thought
I agree.
Did he say? I thought he said the word incompetent.
I don't think
Bad coaching. Bad
like
coaching.
He stopped just short of it, but it's like
He said
yeah,
bad coaching.
Yeah, Nathaniel Hackett was incompetent.
He's with the Aaron Rodgers now, right? The Jets.
Yeah, he's the offensive coordinator for Aaron Rodgers again, this time with the Jets. And
It's good to have friends like Aaron Rodgers get you a job.
yeah, and you know what? And, well, that and his father was a coach somewhere back in the day, and you know what? I enjoy not getting to the Super Bowl because that's how it went in Green Bay. For all the talk of, how many Super Bowls did they get to in the last 10 years?
They had to one.
Yeah,
one.
It's not a lot.
Well, we just missed the action here. Ryder just calls with the pocket nines. He is ahead currently. We see Optimize does have backdoor nut flush here. So he may look just to call.
This bet gets it through. Michelle, you should be earning a point every time you contribute to chat in a 10-minute period. So the points come in, like Rena just told you, that'll tell you how many points you got. When you have 10, you can gamble. And I think we should do a little gambling. What do you
I don't
say?
have enough points.
Dante's Busto.
I have like 1 point. Let me. I looked.
Dante confirms Busto.
I lost them all last week.
Bankroll management, man.
I only had 10 or 15. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I have 4 points. Well, I might have enough by the end of the night.
Keep contributing to the chat, and then you can probably take $10 off of me when you outroll me. That's how that usually goes.
And Johnny here got some 8s. He does raise it.
Okay, Prestige calling, Optimize, probably going to squeeze here with the ace-queen.
Yeah, he'd have to, especially being in the small blind there, looks like.
Yeah, mandatory squeeze.
125, what do you think? Something like that?
I'll give anything. I may even go a little bit
He
bigger.
goes
He's going to go
bigger.
bigger.
Yeah.
I think his plan is going to be to jam flop with that stack. Oh, no, Chris with kings.
Chris is like, thank you.
Instead, what's going to happen is Chris probably goes for the 4, and then Optimize is priced into calling off.
Yeah, I mean, especially with that, you know, his chip size there. I mean, look at
with 444 behind.
Yeah, you know, he's getting the stack to pot ratio here.
Like he's just going to have to go with it, and he's going to hate it. He's going to have to go with it, and the size on the 4 bet will be 450, which is going to commit Optimize. It does clear out, and like unless Optimize is going to say, well, you always have Queens Plus, which is tricky because Optimize is blocking a lot of Queens Plus, actually.
Yeah, I mean, but
this is why Ace Queen's the worst hand ever created.
That's what we talked about earlier. I just never go all in with the queen. Optimize is not going to listen to that.
He went all in, and he's going to get snapped. And now Optimize is going to have to hope that he finds himself an ace.
He looked at me and then was like, I think I'm going to be a bully.
And
oh, there it is.
Ace.
Oh, they
so
went
Optimize
twice.
gets 1. And chop it up.
Well, that's no fun.
And Optimize actually still had a fade of spade on the end there.
You're right.
So we chop. Oliver, if you want to get on the list for this game, if you're in the area, you can come on over to Texas Card House Austin and get on the list. You can use Poker Atlas to get on the list as well. you're interested in playing on the show, I'm sure the link will appear in the chat at some point from Streamlabs. Also, that link's in the video description if you're interested in getting on a future show. Also, Dallas and Houston, there's the, we stream out of those locations, and there's surely a link in the description if you're interested in playing at one of those locations. I am Bogart pointing out that the 8s actually would have made a set on both boards. Good point.
It's tough calling off. 8.
Yeah, it's quite hard. And you know what though? I mean, they pay us based on results. They say not to be results oriented, but they pay us based on the results. So what do I do with that? Johnny with Ace King. We're gonna see a raise coming here. 150. Prestige going to continue with 7 deuce. Do we actually have a 7 deuce game on, or is Prestige just playing 7 deuce? You never know around here.
Don't think they have the 7 deuce game on. But you know what? It's suited.
It is suited. Ari's going to come in with the king queen. He's dominated.
Oh, I'm in there.
Ace in the window.
That's not the worst hand I played.
And
I think Prestige got off there.
yeah, lucky for the other players, they're going to get off the hook here on Ace 9-6.
He's gonna down bet this, probably.
And so he does 85.
Oh, I thought it was 275. I was like, well, maybe not.
And Prestige gets out of there. Ari with no pair. But this ace is looking pretty good for the 3-better. Like, I'm probably just folding to the 3-bet to begin with king-queen offsuit in the small blinds, but if we get here, we really, really have to fold because...
Yeah, there's a lot of times where we dominate with an ace-king, ace-queen, so...
Yeah, it's like this hand just sucks now. And Johnny's not insane, and so Ari folds. And there are those links in the chat, just as I predicted. I swear I didn't even press any buttons to make that happen or anything.
John Smith is expressing his...
Yeah, he's not thrilled. Like, I wasn't even going to acknowledge that. Larry pointing out you can also get points by sending super chats. I don't know what the rate is for super chats to points, but any contributions to the any contributions to the show are greatly appreciated by all of us working on this show.
Now I can do it.
We do have a great crew here, a production team. David, Mel, Kristen.
Exactly. Well, I stopped going because it started getting really bad. I finally went back around to the
John also thinks he spotted a gum chewing toe. Haven't you ever seen Rounders, man? You spot a man's toe, you don't say a effing word.
Actually true.
Chris raising with the suited ace in this mega straddle pot. Prestige jamming slightly more with a better ace. Chris priced into call. And gonna get the pots right here.
You want to do anything? I'll do it twice. What do you get? Okay. Ace jack.
All right, I don't know how many times we're gonna run it. And yeah, Prestige holds on the first board. And he holds on the second board, I believe. He's gonna scoop the call. And
Oh shoot, we just doubled up the most dangerous hand in the game.
gets the double up there.
Well, I mean, for this game.
You can almost still hear me. My headset just went a little crazy.
No, it is on. It is on.
Dangerous and generous.
Yeah, because you're the one who unlocked the $100. You had to put the 50 out for 100.
I just knew I was gonna have a, you know.
We are 20 hands
Decent
in,
hand.
trying to always trying to get to 100 hands.
I can tell the future.
Haven't done it in a while. Now with all these bomb pots,
But you know what? It's not the amount of hands you play, it's how they get played.
I know.
Like, I'll take 85 hands of Insanity over 110 hands of Raise and Take It. King Queen for Optimize.
Optimize is going to flop top pair here.
Yeah.
Top pair, good
Okay,
kicker,
yeah.
probably will lead
I
out.
didn't know if, all right.
Chris might call. He does have second pair effectively. Backdoor nut flush draw. But it's a big part too.
Yeah, Chris has enough to keep going here. I'd like to be a little bit deeper with Optimize. And
Still
he does pick up the gut
Yeah,
shot.
still a good card there for Chris. Much rather have a 4 of clubs. But
Now,
he's
sucks
just
the
gonna get
pot is
jammed,
1, so he's going to just put it in, which that's the one size that makes sense here on the turn.
yeah, I mean, what else are you going to bet here? But that's
Yeah, exactly.
You mean that?
And if that was a 4 of clubs, I think Chris is an easy call, but this is a 4 of spades, and this is the reluctant fold. Like I say, this is why you want to be deeper, just because there's not that many turns where you're going to be thrilled to call off.
yeah. I agree. The 2-5 game you can call.
1-3 that's playing bigger than 2-5. And here's the thing about Texas poker: the blinds sometimes are irrelevant because the straddles will trounce them, and that's what's happened tonight. 1-3, 10-20 coming up.
Yeah. We notice that TJ doesn't straddle, so it'll probably stop at right there. Seat 9.
That's perfectly fine too, to each their own. I find though, like when the straddles get big enough, sometimes weird stuff starts to happen and the game ends up tightening.
It does tighten. No real damage so far.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Now we passed the chips around a little bit. We haven't had a ton of blood.
He's got a small double up, and he was down.
Get a double, give a double, get a double, give a double. Crunch twice and chop.
And then you want the stream right there? That's fine.
You thought I was one of the kids? You're hilarious, Art.
Suited ace for Ari.
We'll raise 30. I've raised 120.
I really like Johnny's raise. I'm not sure what Ari's plan was. I'm just calling a 6, knowing that
I think
100% of the time it gets raised.
I
to
think his
pre-flop.
plan is to limp call.
Yeah, limp call, limp call, limp call.
It's not necessarily the strongest play, but this is something that you see at the lower stakes. But what's actually going to happen is John's going to put in a 3-bet, and the ace-3 is going to get out of there, and now John's sitting there with queen deuce, and he's in a 3-way pot, and he's going to get out-flopped. Prestige with top pair.
John's thinking, man, I don't want to see bet, but I have to.
Yeah. Say, I have an overpair. Please believe me.
He's really got the wrong customer for that kind of logic.
Yeah.
Is he looking for a raise here?
The Prestige is short enough that you could justify just jamming. And instead he's going to call and let John do something insane on the turn, if he so desires. And John turns the hind ends of the open ender. And he's going to put Prestige in.
Why are you doing this to me?
You got a top pair, just snap him.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like that play by John.
Oh, you got to follow through. You got queen high. You got nothing.
Want to do anything?
You got to fold.
You can check and try and spike.
You want to do twice?
Yeah.
What do you got?
That.
Oh my.
You're going twice, 2 rivers. Prestige has trips. And Prestige has a pair, and that's good enough for Prestige to win both boards.
Man, John, you stressing me out, man.
Prestige says he's feeling stressed. You know what? I think everyone's going to be a little bit less stressed after seeing that hand turned over. Now you know what John's capable of. You know he can 3-bet the queen
Hell yeah.
When he said it, I was like,
and then bomb away.
I mean, I guess I like to
way he said
3-bet
that.
versus just calling.
Yeah, you knew it.
Now,
But fold is
or that's a hand that you don't have to play that hand. Just
you don't
fold.
have
Just
fold.
fold.
I don't care if you're in position.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not connected in any way.
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna play, I guess play it as a bluff.
You big boy.
That's really just,
Try to pull the prestige on prestige.
that was unnecessary.
Now you're going to give Prestige some ammo here. He's got 1,400.
Yeah, that would be Steamdola Pot of the Night back in the day.
I haven't seen that guy in a while.
Yeah, I've been out of town forever. Like I wouldn't even know.
I have eaten at his restaurant several times.
Yes, I've gotten over there once. Like I'm almost never over that way, but I did make a point. John with the King Jack of Diamonds, we know someone who loves that hand. He's going to make it $60. Prestige with queens. A good night gets better. He's going to flat. I'd rather raise, especially in the small blind. I'd rather raise.
If it was just against one opponent, I could see a flat here for trapping, but he saw John raise.
Gotta raise.
He sees somebody just flat that raise.
You're
That's when
5 ways in the small blinds. You're a 5-way
Queen
flop.
ace would be great. I see an
Instead,
ace. In the,
an ace and another ace. Ryder has 3 aces now. And now, like normally I could say, well, it's less likely he has top pair, but this is a 5-way pot. And now Prestige is going to incinerate $75 here. John going to chase the backdoor royal, or not the royal, but
Diamond.
the back doors. Now Ryder going to say, no, I have trips. I raise.
and
I would not raise
yeah,
here.
I wouldn't either. And I think now when Ryder raises here, he 100% has an ace.
Prestige calls. Man, don't.
Ryder's probably thinking, does he have ace queen? Is that possible?
5 of diamonds, so of course the diamond drawer would have shown up. And
$300. And notice, I know you were talking about tells earlier. For me, it's really about betting. You know how fast you bet, things like that. And you saw Ryder bet really, really fast, really confident here.
it's a third. What are your bluffs?
There-
What are your
there's
bluffs?
zero.
Tell me what your bluffs are. Prestige going to call. Prestige not a believer. Prestige needing a queen and a queen alone. Instead, he gets 3 pair.
Well, now Ryder has
He has
the
aces
best
full
hand
now.
no matter what, right? So
Yeah, he's only losing to backdoor quads, and crazy things have happened, but I mean, that would be super crazy. Ryder going to go for the remaining 634.
I really like to have Ryder to give it a little time to think about it, like it's a decision. It's just he's just so confident the way he bets, and see if Prestige can pick up on that. Yeah, Prestige does have a 2 pair as well, and he's got a lot of opponents beat in this spot. But the way Ryder's played this, as is,
The Prestige bet into 4 players, and then Ryder raised, and there's really just no on ace, ace, 4 rainbow. There's no planet where that's not an ace. That's why I also wouldn't have raised, but Like, tell me what hand Ryder has here that doesn't have an ace in it. Unless he's like more psychotic than Prestige.
Well, I play poker with Ryder. He
That makes one of us.
ABC. He just
Always be calling?
no, no. Plays ABC poker from what I saw. So,
Yeah.
which wasn't very long.
Have it or you don't.
Although 600 to win 2,200.
Yeah. This is
That would be the only thing. He's already put so much money into the pot.
it's another situation where like he's gone at least one street too long. It's also why we just raised pre-flop with queens.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't be in this spot if. Well, no, I think Ryder's still, depending on the size. I think Ryder's
Ace
still
jack
calls.
offsuit
Yeah.
may or may not, depends on the size.
He's got the button too, so
Yeah.
he might have called. But I think after that turn bet,
Yeah, it's like this is. This is just not a pleasant spot, and this is you got to make the fold. Like if you want to play winning poker, you just have to make the folds. Like the hand, yes, it looked great pre-flop, and it just went very badly. And like I've check folded kings on the flop. I've done it.
folded
And,
kings once pre-flop.
Yeah, not pre-flop. Like
Well, I did it I did it pre-flop once.
Yeah, you need
So
a
a 5
specific.
bet. Yeah.
You need a specific situation. Prestige gonna make the call. Ryder going to collect himself an additional $634 per on graphics. Jesse
And
goes
Ryder
to
was
get
a
the count.
last minute. He was the last minute addition to this table.
Well,
Happy he
good
did
timing
it.
on his part.
659.
Oh, there's some left over?
All right, while we get that pot shipped over here, tell you all about this Poker Atlas series we got going on at Dallas and Las Colinas, August 15th through September 5th. TFW area, over $3 million in guarantees. Single day on the 27th at TCH Dallas. I'll be up there that weekend. The title event, Labor Day weekend, 1.5 million guaranteed. That's a 1K buy-in. I don't know if I can get up there or not, but that'll be a great one. There's a 1K PLO. There's a 500 PLO with a 100K guarantee.
No, I'm messing with
It
you.
should be great. TexasCardHouse.com or Poker Atlas for all the details there.
Calls out the light.
Check that full schedule online. Like I said, there's even some stuff that's not holding PLO, which is beautiful. There's a horse tournament.
For you.
There's a horse tournament. There's a horse tournament. I get to go up there and play horse, and then I get to play triple draw, which is my favorite.
And you know that 75% of the players in that don't know how to play that. Oh, there's a tournament today?
Yeah. Yeah, so I actually haven't been up to Las Colinas yet, and like those events will be at Las Colinas, so I get to see
I've not
Las
been there
Colinas.
either.
And
776.
776 is great for Prestige. Talk about flop leg, and
man.
optimized with nut clubs, and I could see him calling off the $100 that Prestige has behind.
Prestige is just wishing he had more money.
Yeah.
3-bet 7.
70 from Chris. Prestige just flatting in case anybody else wants to. Like, you don't need to deter anybody.
You're pretty much invincible in this spot right now.
Yeah, you just never. It's another one of those hands you're just never folding, and now you give Optimize a chance to put $70 in, like without hearing the words "all in" and getting spooked. So he'll put the 70 in, and Prestige will put the rest of his crumbs in on the turn, I'm sure. Queen of clubs, Optimize with the ace high clubs that are no good.
Yeah, but now Optimize is really playing against Chris here.
Yeah. Checks it over, see if Chris wants to. No, he does not. He just checks. Like he's in give up mode. Prestige rather moving all in. It's actually more than $41. It's.
I thought it looked more than
it's
that.
not much more though.
Kinda like
it's-
$80.
It's not an amount of money where Optimize is ever folding an ace high flush that he pursued and got. This is more like 130-ish, maybe. 136, I think. Graphics say 141, and of course Optimize will call here. And Optimize will see that he's drawing dead.
What you got over there? Oh.
There's a king, and
Whoa!
No.
What if you had more money?
what if you had more money? Well, if Prestige had more money, he'd probably win that too. That's my
Thank you for
guess.
beating him that hand. How much money you saved me there? Wow.
I think if Prestige had more money, other players would have gotten to see the turn.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right. What if I
Would
had
have played a
more
lot differently. All right, so we have. Looks like we have Faker here. It's going to be the. Got the
for
button.
me?
That's
Enjoying myself.
And we have Optimize in the big blind. We'll see if
Oh, that's a double up.
I'm gonna do that about 2-3
two
more
wants to
times. Today.
straddle.
It
Doesn't
doesn't
look
seem like
it.
the straddling
Never
type.
had someone happier to double you up than I am.
Sure, Optimize will get another shot at that money. Prestige came to play. That money will be in action.
Prestige
the devil.
somehow has $600 in front of him.
Against all odds.
Let me try to build up my points here.
Yeah, I got to get on that grind. Monotone flop here. King, queen, deuce, all clubs.
I thought the button was on.
None of our 3 players with a club here. We check through. No help for TJ's open ender.
Prestige picks up his own.
He has got the
Draw
gut shot
here
now. John with a pair of deuces. Best hand at the moment. Prestige makes it 50, and this probably gets it done. I mean, bottom pair with no draw. Oh, John's going to call. And John's going to be good as the king pairs. See if Prestige wants to go for one more.
Barrels live stream.
Well, he has nothing here, so no
Check,
showdown
check.
value at all.
Well, nothing is the best time to bluff, though, because
Yeah,
like,
it's
you're
just-
never winning in showdown.
I think he's looking at who his opponent was.
Yeah.
John, pretty sticky.
Yes, he is.
My dog's making me too laxed over here.
Riders are a big, big winner here, 1.8.
Yeah, the big pot with Prestige accounting for most of those winnings. Flapping trips at the right time.
Remember I said never go all in with a queen, queen in your hand. It's just, I guess it's just my curse.
If it's a queen, I
Yeah.
agree with you. If it's queen, queen, then, you know, we can play. Looks like we're going to have TJ and Ryder going at it here. And 7-2 is just the flop that they were dreaming of with their Broadways. Check, check. TJ's got a gut shot to go with the best hand, and now TJ has top pair, and it's forward with straight.
I actually like TJ's check there. Induce a little.
Yeah, you don't mind if they bluff.
Yeah, although there is, like you said, 4 to a straight, but can't be really look at that call too much.
Should I do it?
Obviously.
What is it right now?
40. It's only 40 right now.
So Dadu, Is this table stakes? What do you mean? It's 1-3 right now. Really, it's 1-3, 10, 20. And then we have an $80 straddle in.
I made it cheap.
So we have one, two, we have
Come on, Faker. Do it, do it.
four straddles in right now. So we are playing a 40-80 game.
Quadruple straddle. Faker just going to fold the king jack, a hand that you could justify
I would
shoving.
definitely, yeah. Because everybody has about 12 big blinds now.
Yeah. you could actually justify shoving that pre. John going to shove the 7-3. 568 the count there. A rider with jack 5.
And a head.
Going to look and, yeah, not even against these characters. What does Prestige have? Prestige has him dominated. He's going to fold, though.
Don't worry. I'm sure you can beat my 10 high.
Don't show, John. Don't.
Oh, shit. And I have one else.
Prestige now regretting that fold.
Well done.
How big of a fold was it?
That will never happen.
Ace queen or better?
Just want to make sure that never happens again,
I had
fellas.
10 3.
There was one time, though, like on one of the T5 shows, like we had Chase in there and he win like his $300 straddle or something.
Oh, no.
And I shoved $3,000 with king queen. Player behind me folds ace queen.
Whether it happens,
As I probably would too.
Like when you see these weird things happening, like that's the thing. Like you start to see some folds that you would just not normally see. Like we're not normally
you have
not
12.
folding ace queen to a single bet.
Well, with those straddles, you effectively have 12 to 13 big
Yeah.
blinds, right? So
Yeah. So I guess especially at that depth, we're not usually trying to fold ace queen to a single bet.
I was just trying to go to showdown with that double up.
the flop would have been 10 3 3.
Optimize with some kings. We know he won't be making a set. Makes it 75.
you could get looked up as well by Prestige.
Johnny calling
Oh,
with his
no,
suited
nice.
connector. And we go heads up. Optimize versus Johnny. Johnny flaps himself a pair, no draws though. We're not really trying to make a pair of sevens with this action here.
Optimize loves this flop, hoping his opponent has a jack somewhere. I think Johnny calls this. I think you have to, right?
Yeah, like he did flap a pair. And
Terrible
he's gonna
card
pair
for
on the
Johnny.
turn. That's not great news for him.
As he can no longer flop, or he can no longer get two pair without the jack.
It's also bad news for Optimize, though. The top card pairing. He's going to have to check that back. 10 on the ends. Backdoor flips get there.
Well, Johnny checks. He's got some showdown value, so.
I think that's probably where we end up here.
I think Optimize goes for some thin value here because since he went check on the turn, if he did have a jack, he would lead out here. So it doesn't happen again, but
Looks like he has put a bet out. $300 the price.
he likes to go almost full pot size here to try to make it look like a bluff, I'm supposing. He gets snapped.
Gets called. Kings and jacks.
All right, first win of the evening for Optimize, I believe.
Everything's going the right way over there in seat 1.
Is he wearing a TCH hat versus his traditional Adidas?
Would be nice if it is a TCH hat. You can't get those at the front desk of any of the TCH locations. Mark's saying that he would love to see like a hand or two of PLO per orbit and the bomb pods, and that's his kind of game. You know what? Out in Houston, like it seems pretty common to have like one hands of PLO. Like you have like it's hold'em, except like there's one hand every orbit that'll be PLO, and then you'll have the bomb pod on the dealer change, which that was different. But that's I saw that at a couple of places out in the Houston area. TCH Houston being
I have
one of them.
I have not gone out to Houston to play.
Yeah, so
I only go to Houston if I'm driving to Galveston for a cruise.
fair enough.
I gotta tell you, they have some of the biggest houses I've ever seen in Houston. It's amazing. Yeah, it's the money there is great. I mean, oh, what do we have here? We have Ari
864,
top
so
pair
and draw for a
and
couple of
gutter.
players here.
Prestige with a pair and a
Ari
gutter.
with a pair and a draw.
Johnny's the only one with no equity. I mean, he's got 2 overs, but. So Ari's just going to go ahead and top pair. I think his image is pretty well defined. I think he's never bluffing here, but Prestige has the hand Ari wants him to have, right? Second pair with a gutter, and Ari blocks his straight, and Prestige blocks his straight. Yeah, I knew Snoo. Prestige is gonna look this up. He's got
Call
too
and
much
then a
equity,
call.
so he's got like 30% here, something like that.
Cards for Prestige. Straight for Prestige. Chop it up. They both end up with a straight.
Pair on bottom.
He got a straight on.
7 makes a straight on the top, 5 makes a straight on the bottom. And
I guess somebody is confused about how he got the straight.
how do
does
these hand rankings
Yeah.
work? Which game are we playing? You mean we're not playing Rads? Damn it.
I wouldn't even know how. Not well anyway. Jesse plays a lot of those mixed games too.
Sure does. I played this with him.
Going, Ash. Good. Happy birthday. Everyone, it's Kagan's birthday.
Yeah,
Say
they left
happy
their
birthday.
PLO.
Happy birthday, man.
22 years young today. Aw.
22?
He got his whole life.
PLO is part of that Poker Atlas series coming up in Dallas and Las
I had more of
Vegas.
that.
I think there's even a PLO 8 tournament, like the high-low action, as well as
That game would hurt my head. Too much thinking on that. I barely can get to these bomb pots.
Out of context.
I know.
yeah, imagine.
That's what Bobby's been thinking.
Clearly.
You gotta work tonight?
How are you? You look Dan. You look more Caucasian than me.
Yeah, so
Spent some time out under the rays, man. It's 105.
all kinds of action up there coming up real soon. August 15th. That's like a week away. That's a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's a week before my birthday.
Nice. And 4 ways we go here.
See an ace there. John's got top pair.
And we got spades for Faker. Pair for Johnny. And everyone checks. And now it's a set of 9s for Prestige, but an open ender for Faker.
And now John is going to
the
lead
chaos
out.
card, the 9 of clubs.
And you have the 2 opponents that you want in this scenario, right?
You sure do. John might get a little bit more than he bargained for with this delayed C-bet.
I still think Faker has to call. He has an up-down straight draw and a flush draw.
Yeah.
So he could even raise here.
Yeah, you can raise here, and
We'll see what he does. He does
Make it
raise
400.
400. Tough.
And John's going to get in there too, and Prestige has a set, and the best hand of
Wow.
money is going to say, okay, let's
All
hold.
right, so a queen, an 8, or a spade for Faker. He's drawing dead.
A queen of 7 or a spade for Faker.
Queen or say, yeah. John's dead.
Yeah, and then Prestige wouldn't mind if the board pairs. He is ahead at the moment, but you can never have too much.
Just get a blank. 3 of hearts.
Deuce of clubs.
But that's no fun.
What do you need?
That's no fun.
How about the 10 of spades? Just to
Yeah,
rub it in.
What are you hoping for?
I'm not sure why John called that. Or went all in.
John, so Prestige asked John what he's hoping for. And John's hoping for a 6, but that's I don't think he realizes how screwed he is here.
Yeah.
I need
Getting these pots right, there is going to be a side pot between, I think, Prestige and Faker.
I need a 9 and 8.
I forget who had how many chips exactly.
I think it was close, but there is a
Yeah,
side pot here.
it was pretty close.
Again, Faker has way too many outs here.
Oh my god. You're in for the bank.
The
So
chaos card
7,
lives up to its
queen,
name.
or spade. Huh?
King of spades. Faker does make the flush. Turns it over.
That's
only
the
'cause
Bobby
you
I
called it,
remember
too.
right there.
Prestige got it in with the best of it, though. That's the best you can hope for. And didn't hope this time around. He will hold 2 times out of 3. When you tell me I'm going to triple my money 2 times out of 3, I'll take that all day. And it'll be
is why I
Baker
pitch.
taking everything.
This is why I pitch.
Well, you got it in super good right there. Holy moly.
Like a second.
We're gonna have, looks like John's gonna rebuy here. He's down his first bullet.
Thank you.
Ryder's gonna cash him out here a little bit.
Give me a
Michael plans to be in Dallas on the 19th. Good luck in that series. I'll probably be there the second weekend,
one. He was 30.
like where they got the Knicks games. I don't know how much else I'll be able to make, but definitely that weekend. Definitely gonna find my way up there for the horse for the triple draw, and I think the mystery payday goes on that weekend. And we'll be streaming quite a bit out of that series at the Dallas location. So be sure and subscribe to this channel, TCH Live Poker. Get the notifications turned on. Finds out every time we're on the air. And should be plenty of great action. I might even get to call some tournament action for the first time in forever. Looking forward to that. I'll probably be hopping in there.
You already gave me.
I prefer cash.
Yeah? Yeah, to each their own. Fair enough. And the tournaments, playing them, like, it was just pure torture this summer. Like, if I were playing full-time, I would not be trying to play tournaments full-time. In fact, like there was just a vlog from Johnny Vibes not that long ago where he basically said, screw this. I'm playing cash.
I was in Vegas and I did sign up or register for the $600 tournament.
You gave me
Event 81.
Like one of the deep stacks.
Yeah, but I never played it. They wouldn't give me money back.
I saw everyone had 25.
I had to go home, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, I just lit $600 on fire.
Well, I don't know the no-show policy, the refund
I thought
policy.
they raised and I called it raised.
Well, they said if I had done it before, I totally blanked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see Prestige and John both flopping top pair here. John's paired the topper pair.
You're looking right at him when he checked.
A lot of people were talking.
50 from John.
Yeah, John's going to need this pot here. I think he's going to be ultra aggressive if anybody sticks around, which we can see Prestige will.
He's got top pair. Johnny's
Yeah.
on the call. He's got
Johnny's
bottom pair.
awesome.
And
Such
8
a
of
bad
clubs,
card for
another
Prestige.
chaos card here.
Such a bad card for Prestige, right? He'll
This-
need a 3, 6, or a 10 here on the river.
Unfortunately, this card probably gets him stacked. 50
John's going to go big here.
from Prestige and Johnny getting out of the way. John
It's not too big, but
John all in for all in and a call, and yeah, Prestige. Like a 10 would be great. I'm sure he'll settle for a chop.
Yeah. You got me on top.
Fortunate call here. The 6 will chop. The 7 will not. So Prestige is going to get quartered here. Both players with 8s, 4, 6s on the top. John's kicker going to play on the bottom.
you know what I've noticed with some of these players, some players, is they're not really thinking about what their opponent could have. They're looking at their hand. Oh, I got trips.
I got trips.
I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
jam. They like what would now John could do this with like 9.
Yeah, that's the thing. These two players, like if I'm playing either of these two players, I'm going to say, I have trips. Let's go.
It was just so.
Like,
It's bang,
we've seen
bang,
them-
bang.
like we've seen them both capable of having an air ball. And like when they can have an air ball even in the spot, like, that's when you got to say, I have trips. Let's go. And really, like, I don't think there was ever a scenario where they were going to fold once that turn.
Oh no, but they're not even counting this hand. They just call and bet so fast they don't take the time.
Yeah. At least we'll never have them accused of tanking. There's that.
Oh, we do see a straddle here for TJ.
Yeah, see the 10 out there. Just in case this game isn't live enough. And so we begin hand 33 here, TCH Live. Texas Cards in Austin, William Lobby. Dante alongside me this evening. As we play 1-3, usually more. No
1-3, 5, 10, 20.
Sometimes more than that.
More than that, yeah. We've gone all the way up to $80 in a straddle, which we did not get to $80 last week.
We can confirm that it's a TCH hat in seat 1. Optimized with excellent tasting hats.
When you're in Vegas, did anybody say, hey, I watched TCH? Because I wore my TCH hat.
I actually ran into kicker problems. One of our usual chat partners, like
I know, yeah.
Like I ran into kicker problems out there.
I had a few people say they watched the show.
Yeah, a couple of people, they tend to recognize my voice more than anything.
They recognize my beard.
Yeah, it's recognizable. It's hard to miss.
It's hard. I'm actually thinking about cutting it all off.
Wow.
You won't even recognize me.
We gotta have some kind. There's gotta be some kind of stunt around that though.
Yeah,
It's
it's
gotta
a
be
prop
content.
bet, like a prop bet, or
Yeah.
What is it? I know what it's like.
Rider with Ace King, flatting. It's a bold move.
You're not even gonna go multi-way with this, and I guess it's gonna pay off.
Got top pair. Good news.
TJ,
bad news, though.
TJ, look at that. Backdoor straight draw, and he's got the clubs. Johnny with backdoor clubs.
Rider gonna pat the 40. TJ is not gonna go in.
No. If he doesn't get a club, he'd love to see a 6, 7, something like that.
He calls, and then Johnny also going to call just the backdoor clubs. And
The price is too good, and Johnny improves here, and so does TJ. He gets a combo draw that he was probably looking for. So now a 6 gives him a straight and a club. And Johnny's in a bad spot here. That's probably why you don't call that, because now he picked up equity.
Check through top 2 for, well, not
For
top
both,
2, top
both.
2 for Ryder.
And top.
Johnny with 2 pair, lesser 2 pair.
Man, this is not going to be good. This is not.
TJ gonna save a bunch of money though. TJ breaking everything here. Now it's Johnny who's going to be on the hook for a bunch probably. 95 to bet from him.
I think he raised.
Ryder
this.
just calling?
I think did he call or raise?
He just called.
He only loses to Queen Jack. That's
Yeah, that's we don't get here with a set. So really it's just Queen Jack.
I mean, Queen Jack was open-ended on the flop, I guess.
It was. Like
So,
it does complete the open.
Multi-way, somebody could have that.
Little surprised. Especially when Johnny only has like 600 behind. So like we could get called by 2 pair and stuff. Like we don't have. It's not like we're ever going to be facing a raise for like $2,000 or something.
Yeah,
We
I
have
mean,
to think about folding. I'm a little surprised that didn't get raised.
Ryder's first mistake. I don't want to call it a mistake. He won. But could have got a little bit more value, I guess.
I wouldn't be so strong as to call it a mistake, but it was a surprise.
He's my favorite player on this table because he has my son's name, so I'll be rooting for Ryder. Ryder's going to play the little stick, sorry.
I learned it from you.
The skinny.
You know, skinny as they call it in Reno. We have so many players in this pot, the graphics can't even fit it.
So we have who's got diamonds? I'm just looking for them. Johnny does.
Has diamonds.
He's got net diamonds here, so. We played with Johnny a few times. Really good player. Not a maniac by any means.
So he gets Faker to come along, as well as John with the pair and the 8 of diamonds.
And he hits it.
So that's going to be the flush for Johnny, and nobody with a draw that can actually catch up here.
It's really bad. It's a bad card for John, as he has a second nut draw on the diamonds as well, with a open ender. So all his draws are no good at this moment.
75 from Faker, who has the absolute worst of it.
I would not raise.
He's going to get raised, and like Johnny maybe thinks that like he might not actually have this locked up. Like if somebody has the 9 of diamonds, this isn't over. We know that nobody has the 9 of diamonds, and now John's going to get off the hook, I think.
No, I think John calls.
You think
He's
so?
called light, really light already.
Against the bet and a raise.
Well, I think if it's Johnny's raise,
this is
Johnny's not a player who's betting with a draw.
Like this is a 3-way. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is 3 ways. Like this diamond could just not even be good. And Johnny gonna take it with the nuts or the effective ones.
He's a U.S. citizen.
Like he does need to protect against 2 outs at least.
Yeah, and I think if it was any other, I think of some other players, I think John calls that.
Yeah.
I won't name names.
Well, he has to win by 3.
He has to win by 3.
But that's never a
Gamble in there.
All right, 230 people. That's a good night.
That's a
Appreciate
nice
it.
turnout.
Appreciate it. Welcome everybody.
They were going back and forth until she started getting ass whooped. And then they stopped showing it.
If you're enjoying this, tell the algorithm, hit that like
Better
button.
the second set, so I feel like they should put it on. Oh, there she is.
And if you want to see more of this, get yourself subscribed, get those notifications on. There's going to be a lot of streaming.
Oh, we have pocket aces for Ari.
Sure do. A lot coming up out of Dallas and Las Colinas with this series coming up. As it is, we're on the air at least 5 days a week between Austin, Dallas, and Houston.
Yeah, plus tournaments sometimes on the weekend.
Yeah, we'll see how big Ari goes here. He goes 90, and Chris with kings. I think Ari's going to get a
gosh.
double
Oh my. This is just a perfect spot for Ari, we think. John also has a king as well, so it's going to be less likely Chris is going to be able to flop that set. Let's see what sizing Chris is going to go with. 300? 275? I wouldn't go.
Either 275 or all in, I would say.
Oh, I keep forgetting it's 1-3, so yeah.
Yeah,
it's
like he started with 778.
he goes
So he's going to
small.
go 225. And
Ari,
I think
slow down,
Ari's
Ari.
probably going to move all in,
Yeah.
and he's going to get snapped. In fact, Chris is going to beat him to it pretty much.
5 aces, I'm going once.
So, aces versus kings, the classic cooler. And Ari fading a king here. Deuce in the window, those poor deuces. First board, aces are going to hold.
Then you get a
I
straight.
guess we've run twice.
Oh, a king!
The king on the second board, the 1-outer appears on the second board. Chop it up. Boo!
Go
Happy
one
chop
time with go one
The
time.
1-outer.
Actually, Ari had a straight.
Well, he made it straight on the
On the
top.
top,
yes.
yeah.
On the bottom, the kings get there. And it's like we've gone through so many clubs that I like that top board 7-5-4-3-2. There's a game where that's a really really good hand where I like to play that game.
I don't.
Like as bad as my series was, at least I cashed the no limit deuce to 7. I can feel good about that.
I wish I could have played.
Yeah.
It would have been my first event, although I don't really play tournaments, but
Yeah.
Devil has played itself.
Well, finds a way to get you into a deuce to 7 tournament one of these days.
there aren't a lot.
There aren't a lot. We may have to wait until the next WSOP.
We may just have to do our own tournament here.
There's an idea. There's
Yeah.
there's a deuce to 7 game that goes here every now and then.
Yeah.
And some of them would love to try and make a tournament exist one time.
I would play it in a tournament because I can't get really, I
You
can't really lose
get
much.
That beat up there. Like you don't see a lot of no limit deuce being played in a tournament setting now. Like there's, like I think they do one at LAPC over the winter, and then there's a series of that's about it. You know where there's a no limit deuce to 7 single draw tournament? Let us know in the chat. Nobody has a club. That's boring.
Yeah, it's probably going to slow down, except for, I was thinking Prestige could just fire.
Check.
Those
And
kind of
there's
boards for
another club.
Prestige, he really loves to rep that kind of stuff.
Next hand.
Oh,
look, everyone has
hit a
flush.
flush on the river.
Anybody want to try and
Now,
eight of clubs?
I like the bet because the 2 of clubs is a significant card, right? So any club will win this hand. And it wins.
That's like, well, I don't got a club.
Oh, that's free money there for John. I like the play.
Messing with my game.
Oh no.
Like his credibility's shot, but really nothing you can do on that board. Like calling to chop is disgusting. Ace King just calls because we're not allowed to raise Ace King tonight, apparently. Optimize flatting with his 6s. Chris waking up with a suited ace wheel. Going the aggressive route from the small blinds. He definitely has more than $300. I see a whole bunch of reds. He's going to make it 125. 3-2 suited for Ryder.
He's already got $20 invested in it. Yeah.
He's going to
It's good to see him let that go.
make that fold. TJ will probably not be folding Ace King, I suspect. Like I probably just go for like if I get to this point like this, I probably just go for all of it.
Yeah,
I don't mind if
mean,
somebody folds a pair.
and Chris is going to call. There's no. I thought I saw more chips.
Chris will be roped in. But, no, yeah, Chris has more. Chris has more because
Did he just
he's got a
call?
whole bunch of reds. They just all called. Everybody calls. I get optimized calling, but I would have expected Ace King to play a little bit more aggressively, and now Ace King gets this lovely 9-4-3 no club flop. Chris with a gutter optimizes 6s out front.
I think TJ would have taken down the pot
Yeah, you just raised.
pre, and then now there's going to be a bet, and he's got to fold, right?
Yeah.
Multi-way. I guess Ace King could be good sometimes.
And now Chris, our pre-flop aggressor, our last aggressor, continues for 100.
It's not a bad flop for Optimize, though.
Yeah, like
This is a
Optimized
call
could
right here
deal.
for him. This is a call.
He's beating like a big ace-X.
That range advantage is definitely with Optimize. But
And he can certainly have all the sets here. He is going to make the call. We're going to go to the turn. Going to be an 8, which, again, is going to be better for Optimize.
yeah, I mean, if you're good on the flop, you're good now still. So you're just calling whatever Chris wants to throw out there. Although he does, and Chris does have a, he does have a draw here. A 5 gives him a straight, but he really was hoping a spade would come on the turn. Looks like he said 200.
Yeah, he slides 200 out there. I'm sure we'll get the number fixed in a moment.
And he gets up to fold. All right. Optimized radar is off a little bit.
Well, I mean, he folds. If he's going to fold this straight, he's going to fold third pair. Right?
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Still.
We love you, Optimize. We're not being that mean. At least it's out of love. It's not out.
I'm actually falling out of love.
How big of a hole do you think I've dug myself tonight?
We do know that he goes back and watches these, so
Yeah.
he likes to analyze his play and things like that.
Super Poker Knit says yes. I don't know to what, but he says yes, or she says yes. I don't know. I'm not going to assume Super Poker Knit's gender.
Ari picks up kings here.
Yeah, Ari with kings. Gets a caller. And 6-4-3, perfectly good for Ari.
Oh, wow.
And Ari not going to get any more money here.
Yeah, he's really playing his hands kind of face up a little bit. We got Ryder is the big winner here, and Prestige had a couple of. Well, he's been all in 3 times.
He had the queens that went sideways, and then Yeah, the trips versus trips.
4 times he's been all in. 5.
Yeah.
Because he won some. Well, he chopped
Yeah,
one
there
all
was
in.
a chop, and then there was one that got quartered.
Yeah. It's all over the place. It's all-
Yeah. There's been a lot of poker that's gotten played. We've only been at this an hour and a half. There's been a lot of poker.
Faker's been really, really quiet. Just not getting anything playable. Same thing for
John going for the 4-bet with the ace-10 of diamonds. Diamonds appear to be a scarce commodity around here. Prestige, rather, just putting in his remaining 212. I don't know what the actual count is, so we might be off there.
Whatever you want.
Well, John calls, whatever it is, like we're all in here.
Is it that bad?
No, it's not that bad. I've just been doing it the whole night. Yeah.
All right, Prestige looking for a queen or an 8.
There's
It's
an 8.
And he holds.
Oh,
Not
can't
the
hold.
ace. Second board. Queen, chop it up.
It's always a chop pot.
There we go.
I feel like it's all. No matter what, it's always a chop pot.
Saved by the river.
Yeah.
10th time was the charm for Prestige there. 10th card. Got to get him a refund there.
You know what? Don't worry. It's on the stream. I'll watch it back. You'll watch it back.
I'm still thinking about what you had. Because you didn't have a pair, we had the same hand.
Which hand are you talking about?
3 hands ago, yeah.
And so, my New York Mets, they sold at the deadline.
You were behind me.
Oh, that's right. You're a Mets fan.
We had our
Yeah,
top
he
2
was-
pitchers. One of them went to Texas, the other one went to
If
Houston.
he wasn't in the hand, I would have.
That's fine.
Are they rebuilding?
Yeah, they punted on this year. They've already punted on next year pretty much. And I don't blame them. I think they've realized that, spending a gajillion dollars on somebody who's 40 years old, maybe that's not the best way to win a World Series. Yeah, and then I got to watch them walk the winning run-in last week against Kansas City. I was watching that on TV up there, and that was pretty bizarre.
I used to watch baseball a lot, but I'm not going to tell you what team I watched because I feel like it's what everybody watches.
Team that everybody watches.
That everybody roots for.
Some other team in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, that team.
It's the only
The one
baseball
that
cap I have.
The one that the rest of my family cheers for.
Oh, yes.
My mom's actually from the Bronx. I somehow turned out to be a Met fan. How does that work? Let's see if anybody
You were
wants to
who?
TJ.
I'm trying to think of that catcher's name for the Mets a long time ago.
Piazza?
Yeah.
You would know him if you
That's it.
Prestige going to come along, ace-5. He's going to try and
TJ
get
with
himself
queens
a-
again. Big hand so far.
And TJ's still ahead on this king-jack for 2 diamonds. Nobody with diamonds.
I think Prestige can get him off his hand.
Prestige going to rip it in. 1 over out there. It's inconvenient, but I don't think there's enough money to fold.
Yeah, I was
here.
going to say, he doesn't have enough money
There's
to
not
really...
enough money to fold.
177?
Prestige with the over and back doors. Backdoor straights. And TJ going to call. We'll see if Prestige can find himself an ace or a straight of some kinds.
No.
See how many times we go here.
An ace? That doesn't help. I don't care.
You don't get an
I
ace,
just want
2, 3, or 5.
to win this set. That's all I want.
Here we go. 6 of diamonds, jack of spades, king of hearts, 10 of clubs. None of those help Prestige. TJ going to stack Prestige here.
All right, folks. It was fun. Until next time.
Tough break for Prestige there. Sometimes it's just not your night.
Oh,
I wonder if he likes to buy in
This is the one right here.
again.
you want-
Yeah.
Wait,
He might be going again. April loves golf. This year moves fast. Yeah, Jesse does move fast. That's why we like him. He's great.
When she loses two
Guess
in a
he's
row,
great
you
at
know
what he
she's
does.
I just don't like the running it twice when you have a made hand like that. I know it's pretty selfish because if I don't have a made hand, I won't run it twice.
I mean, it lessens the variance. I mean, how many times have you gotten sucked out?
I mean, yeah.
I see
it's-
the little prestige name thing you get picked up there. Maybe he is going to call it a night.
Oh. Well, he's might be our most entertaining player we've seen on stream.
Yeah,
Win or lose.
Yeah, we like prestige. Just couldn't keep the heat going this week, unfortunately. Apparently, Alonso hit 2 homers for the Mets today. That's good. It would be even better if the bullpen doesn't choke. I have no idea what the score is over there, but
How are the Yankees doing?
they might be last in their division. I don't know.
I know they're not good.
Like the AL East is not terrible, but I mean it's not going to be good.
2 seeds.
Straight flush draw for
How
TJ.
about draw for TJ?
I'll take it.
Too many outs. Johnny with middle pair.
Probably a 5 or a 4 here.
There's the 4, which is going to
That always happens when you have that combo draw. You hit one of your
TJ
cards.
get TJ a pair. $20 bet. Well, now he's picked up even more outs. He has too many outs. Takes the call. And there's the 5. He makes 2 pair.
Please.
Not how he was planning to get there, but
I mean, yeah,
gets
I mean,
there.
that's good. I mean, it's 4-liner to his straight here, but so
How
what?
often does Johnny have a 3, though?
Never. Pocket 3s, ace 3, spades.
Yeah.
Would be the only hands, but
TJ gonna
that's
the
less
bet
than half pot here.
Could have been. I mean, it could be if you stay.
I think Johnny's just gonna throw it his way. Like TJ's never bluffing.
yeah.
Are you gonna go up there, win the tournament for $100? Yeah.
You gonna come break our live stream game over here?
What's the prize pool of that tournament?
Hey, if he's leaving, I'll stay and play.
Are people talking about getting in the tournament? We do have tournaments 5 days a week here at TCH Austin.
It's just a is it a Hold'em tournament or a PLO tournament?
Let's find out at TexasCardHouse.com.
I know they
Let's find
recently
out.
changed it.
It has changed a little bit.
They were
It's
doing a round of each tournament.
Tonight it's a $60 no mid hold'em tournament, 2K guaranteed, 1K guaranteed up top. That's a 7 o'clock Central start time there.
Which you already
Then
have.
they run that back on
ready to get
Wednesdays.
wiped
There's
out,
2 hours of
boys.
late reg, I believe.
Coming back with a vengeance.
60-hour hold'em, same deal on Wednesday. Every Friday, $100 PLO, $2,000 guaranteed, 1 day up top. And then Saturdays and Sundays, 150 buy-in, 3K guaranteed, no limit. All the details at TexasCardHouse.com.
Yeah, top pair. I put him on a 10.
River Rock, glad you're enjoying this show. We have a lot of fun making these shows. Glad people are having fun watching them. Hard to believe that TCH LIVE, we've been at it for like 3.5 years now.
Yeah,
Closing in on 4
I
years.
moved here October, right in the pandemic, 2020.
Yeah.
Started playing here. Started playing all that. As you know, I played like all the streams for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then I got to commentate. So
Yeah.
I've been commentating for about a year and a half, 14 months. Something
Yeah.
like that. For me.
I moved into the booth about 2 years ago now. How's it been 2 years?
Yeah, we ain't done no bomb
My
pots.
God.
Yeah, we don't do bomb pots anymore.
Yeah, it has
think
been 2
people-
years
I
because you
think
took
that's
over
great.
from Mike, right?
Yeah, like when I had done a handful of shows with him, and then he left, and then I just sort of stuck around, and they haven't fired me yet.
that's
So
what it is.
here I am.
Mike, the Godfather.
One of the,
Love his voice.
OGs.
Yeah, I love his voice. It's just
So hearing chatter at the table about the fact that like we haven't done a bomb pod since the start of the show. Have we ever
What is
really
going on?
been, like, you know, do we actually feel lesser for not having the bomb pod though? Like, it's one of those nights where
I actually don't like the bomb pots, commentating on the bomb pots because they're hard. So much is going on.
there is a lot going on. Like that's where we earn our pennies for sure. 3 ways here. But like this is a game where it's like we don't really need any more provocation than we already have. John gonna flop the only pair here.
Ooh, he's looking for. He's going for super thin value.
Yeah, a little $10 sprinkle and no takers there.
And Jesse. I knocked, speaking of Jesse, I knocked him out of a tournament about 2 years ago.
Well done.
A big 400K guarantee tournament.
Yeah, that happens. You know, like
I always, every time I see Jesse, I always bring that up.
yeah.
The double straddle. All right. We do have a seat open if anybody's in town. I want to swing by.
Looks like the 20's on. Ace 2 suited for TJ. Gonna win. Chris with a suited hands. Feels like playing. And look at his chance. 4 ways we go. Queen, 9-4, couple of spades that nobody has.
The worst hand actually is now the best hand after the flop.
Go figure.
John's going to pick up a gutter, it looks like.
He sure is.
Or is that a, yeah.
That is a gutter.
Yeah.
A 6 would be really good for him.
Ryder's going to take the lead here. He's going to bluff multi, which I don't like.
But at the same time, nobody's really expressed interest, and the 5's not a really scary card. Chris will call with the pair and just a pair. Jack of diamonds on the end.
This puts Ryder in a bad spot here. He's going to have to bet this again to win it.
Hey, let's apply that pressure on the guy who called once.
I would go full pot here. Ooh, Prestige is back.
Gives up.
Friday, I'm going to be getting probably for a wedding. What's happening on Friday?
Oh, it's special.
You don't want free money? What's happening on Friday? I'm just
All right.
I
Chris,
mean, you're
gonna
in.
take that one.
You say you have a wedding?
I have to
And
do
yeah,
like some
welcome
wedding
back,
prep stuff.
Prestige.
Oh, yeah, you got the business coming up.
Yeah. It's a prep for my wedding. Like, I get married in a month. In a month, exactly. 31 days. Yeah.
You're getting married?
Congrats, man.
Oh, really? Yeah, congratulations to you.
How come why he's quiet again tonight? He was quiet last week, sort of.
Sometimes the cards just don't let you get in the fight.
Because I have a Jesse.
And be sure and join us
$1,000.
tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I'm losing my mind here. Be sure and join us for Dallas tomorrow. Yeah, the big game from Dallas every
Yeah.
week.
Did you see the last Tuesday's game
I only saw a little bit of it.
with
I saw
Mariano?
there was some insanity with Mariano.
And Aaron was commentating. Was it Aaron commentating?
A.A. Ryan,
Yeah.
our friends, Aaron McAvoy. he's
Another
the,
Godfather. Can we have two Godfathers?
Yeah, he's another one of the TCH Live OGs. You can often hear him.
Huge
Dallas
run
these
in
days.
the main event too this year.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, he had a little run going in the main. Even got on stream once or twice on the on the big stage.
On their the Poker Go or whatever. Poker
I wasn't
GG.
going to say their name.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Those guys.
You opened the door.
Company man over here. Prestige with a queen and something. 8-7-3. See if that's something that helps him out here. Six of clubs. 2 flush draws available. Prestige makes it 50.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate the compliment.
What? I was good.
Prestige going to get it
No,
done.
it's
Prestige
good.
says he's good.
Why are you smiling? Because you've seen it before?
Looks like Ryder's going to get a massage after with all those newfound earnings.
Make no mistake, I would love to get on that big stage on that streaming service that streams a lot of poker. But, you know, I'm not famous and I'm not good, so I better be damn lucky.
I think you're good.
I'll play somebody.
Or are we waiting for my buttons?
All I know is that I got very owned by Jason Mercier in the
What's the difference? I'm only one away.
I'm just glad I made the money at all. And then he won the tournament.
Oh.
It's funny, like
You haven't heard a lot from him.
it's been like 2 years now where like there's been a tournament where I get to day 2 and then I get owned by the guy who won the tournament. Maybe the path to victory goes through me.
You should bring that up next time. Some people will target. We are having a bomb pot.
$10 for
All right, we haven't had a bomb. We only had one bomb pot, and that was in the beginning.
Now we have 2 bomb pots. We're like halfway in.
It's funny because normally when you're at a table and you don't have bomb pots, the players are saying, "Hey, where's
Yeah, where's the bomb pot button? We're having plenty of fun with 2 cards, though.
So we're looking for spades right
Got
off the
some
bat.
Connectivity there. Hey, we got
Pocket aces,
ace
pocket
and
eights.
We got John with the set of kings.
Ooh,
And the nut spades on the top, with the ace of spades accounted for. Aces and kings for Ryder.
John just checks it.
Well, small blinds, I'm checking without looking at my cards. Like, I don't blame him for check raises the move here. And Prestige going to make it 75 with a very light holding here.
He does have a gut shot on the bottom.
Yeah, he does. TJ going to call with Jack, sends a gutter and a non-nut draw.
He's got the
Let's see, now
second.
John goes pot.
Yeah, TJ has the second nut draw, which is never good in a bomb pot. Take my word for it.
John with major scoop ability pots it up to 425, wants to end it right here and now. Only getting scoops by aces right now, and there's only one combo left.
He probably wants one caller. He's trying to thin this out.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, I love this move from John, playing small blind as a check pot, and then also he's got the scoop ability. That's he's almost never getting scooped. That's
he's not. No, you're absolutely right.
Like unless somebody has
could
the last
brick
2
out.
aces.
It could brick out on the top. Would be the only one.
Yeah.
He'd most likely lose, but.
Yeah, and like these remaining hands should just fold. Prestige with just top pair on each side.
And he's technically ahead on one board. Technically, he's ahead.
The ace is ahead. It's a one-way hand. And it's just going to be John versus Prestige.
Again.
Like half pot behind.
I wonder if these guys like each other.
John is free-rolling Prestige here. John can.
And
John has the
there
bottom.
it is.
There's the spade. Now John has all of it.
Check, John. Check.
Prestige with top 2 now on the top, so he's got a sliver of hope to win half the pot. And
he beat him into the pot. He beat him. He snapped him off.
Yeah. So Prestige in a world of trouble, and Prestige bricks it on the top. So Prestige going to get scooped by John.
And John kind of slightly pushes his kings up to make sure that he does scoop this.
Yeah, he had scoop ability and he scooped. What more could you want?
All right, John, I was this close from chasing my queen hot flush.
What is it? Wait, did he?
There's a bomb pot.
White chips don't play in the bomb pot. Well, they play in increments of 5.
Came in with 1,000, didn't it?
Odd white chips don't play.
Yeah, I just.
Right? It came
That's what Prestige was clarifying.
We played a couple hands around.
Yeah, that's.
I know John can be wild and crazy, but in a bomb pot, no one is. They have it always, right?
I mean, when he pots into like 3 bets,
3
betters, it's like
Okay, that makes sense.
you need to have a hand that can. You got to be able to scoop, and that just wasn't what happened here. He potted into a bunch of hands that should have folded right then and there, in my opinion. Because at best you get half the pot.
Oh, she's coming back.
I love that clever line. I wish they came up with that.
What?
Scoop, there it is.
Scoop.
Absolutely not.
I believe that's the group called Tag Team that sang that song.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the song.
Wait, who did?
I'm going to be using that, Michael. Scoop, there it is.
Yeah,
so
yeah, we may
pardon
have to use
that.
Jack 9-6. That you just come up with a catchphrase.
Yeah. You didn't license it first. So, all right, Chris has got a gut shot here. Ryder is second here, and John's got bottom pair, which is good enough for a call, most likely.
Once in my whole life.
No. Oh, I just see Johnny also has a pair. He's got second pair. Good fold, John.
Yeah, 4-way pot, we're not trying to really love a pair of 6s usually.
And you can't win 6-5, right? You have to go to the next one. Win by 2.
You gotta win by 2. On the second set.
100 from Chris with the overs and gutter. Johnny gonna call. River's another 9.
Oh,
not even
Johnny.
trips.
Well, he already was ahead, but this would give him
He's going to
confidence.
say, please bet, Chris.
There's not a lot that Johnny's going to be able to fear here.
And Chris is going to
He jammed all in.
all in, and he gets snapped by the trips of Johnny. Johnny going to double up here. We're going to get the count here. Graphics are a bit off.
Yeah, that snap, that did not make a lot of sense. I mean, especially given who the opponent is. Johnny is really a thinking player, and he hasn't gotten out of line at all. And when he calls him like that on earlier streets, it just
So Johnny gets the double up there, thanks to the lucky river against a player who was looking to bluff there. I could see though, like maybe Chris having like Queen 10 and wanting to get Johnny off of an ace.
yeah, if I had one advice, which means nothing, if I had one advice for poker players, it's like don't bluff so much. I just, especially in Texas, it doesn't.
Know who you're bluffing.
Yeah, know your player types and just. Texas, people call off with third pair all the time.
Optimize with ace jack, gonna dip his toe into the water here, $20, and Sean gonna make the call. Gonna go duck hunting.
We do have a new player at table C2.
I see a 9. How about this? Faker with a pair and the hind ends of the open ender, optimized with the top ends of it. And optimized continuing for 35. Sean floating with the deuces. And Faker coming along as well. The 10 is going to pair. This might slow it all down here.
Optimize is saying, well, that sucks.
Yeah. Gotta check and then check through, and then
There's the
Faker
straight.
getting there with the straight. 6 of diamonds on the end. Faker with the best hand. And with this action, he's probably good here, and so he goes.
He's gonna go. Yeah, he's gonna go 70-ish% here. Obviously, Optimize has nothing.
He's unlikely to get action here.
She has to stay within 7. If she loses, she loses by 6.
Sean gonna at least think about it, but he's gonna let it go. There's really just not much you're beating with the deuces. Like you're beating King Jack, maybe.
Yeah, King. Yeah.
That's about it. Like he randomly defended with the Choctaw Nuts, the Jack Deuce, and decided to just fire at it. And there's, yeah. I get thinking about it. That's what I'm saying here. I get not snap holding it, at least taking a second.
I think it's
John.
John. What John does really well is he understands the player he's against.
Yeah.
Some other players he may have called. I think we talked about this earlier, but Lynn's in the game.
Lynn is in the game, and
This game got juicy.
yeah, let's see. Let's see what sort of hilarity will ensue. Either saying, "What's up? What's up? How are you?" Am I saying your name right?
I doubt it.
As do I.
We have 248 people in the chat.
That's
Want to
why.
thank everybody. Appreciate it. Optimize is going to out-flop here. Bottom pair.
And 45 minutes, just get it done.
Where are you on first, though?
Can't believe there's that many people who want to hear us.
Yeah, they probably thought they were turning into something else.
Like, you know what? I don't think they want to hear us. I think they want to see these players. I think they're watching in spite of us.
That's
The
what I
players
do.
are the stars here.
I mean, I don't mind it.
We're just along for the ride. And 50 hands, that's enough for Jesse. We're going to have to deal with change here.
No, Madison Keys.
So, going to take a second here. I might as well about the Puck Rattler series that we got coming up here.
Just ready for our DC.
I'm clicking granted graphics here.
Carolina.
This one?
Get the change for
She's bad too.
Okay.
Everyone's putting up money, so I think we're gonna do it.
There we go. That's the one I wanted. I found the right one. Over $3 billion in guarantees. TCH Dallas, Las Colinas. August 15th through the September 5th. TexasCardHouse.com/PokerAtlas4Dallas. Check out that schedule. You can also check it out on Poker Atlas. Those two locations, I understand, are like maybe about 15 minutes apart, which is good to know because when I get sucked out on in the horse tournament, I just shoot over to Dallas and then go lose at Hold'em. Got a new dealer in the box. We're going to have ourselves another bomb pot. We're going to go from no bomb pots to all the bomb pots. Rena pointing out this Sunday, TCH Dallas. Unofficial meetup game for the chatters. So we're going to get a flop front. King, King, Queen, 6 is going to be,
8 check, 9 check, 1 check.
let's see, not much for Faker. He's got a lot of this. See some draws, some top 2 action. King and a deuce on the turn.
8 check,
Who's got diamonds here?
9 full. 1 full. Nope, 2 full. I'm not.
Some checking going on here.
90 yet.
Chris
We
tricked him into it.
behind ends of the straight.
4 full,
Makes
5
it
full.
90.
6 call. 7 fold.
Ryder calling. He's turned the nuts on top. He's got top 2 on the bottom.
8. 3 flips.
Got to be careful with these straights, though. Straights are a great way to get quartered. We see Faker having turned a set of kings on top. Has a gutter on the bottom.
3 flips.
3 ways we go. 3 of clubs. Jack of spades, so we see some board pairing action there. Faker with kings full on top. Top boat for him. And then Ryder going to have the bottom with jacks full of aces. Chris with the hind ends of the straight and the trips. And caught in the middle here. Faker going kind of big.
East jack.
360.
All right, we got kings full of 3s, jacks full of aces.
And yeah, everyone's called here.
Chop pot, chop pot.
Chris is going to get chopped up.
Yeah, jack full of aces.
Chris just had the worst straight.
Yeah, he's got the worst straight, and he's got
got
trips
trips.
with a 9. It's like, that's where I could get out, I think.
Yeah, I know you were saying earlier about the straight.
Yeah.
But even having the worst straights, even.
Yeah, not straightening out the board pairs is just bad. So we'll get this pot chopped up by, who's in the box?
Carolyn?
Carolyn's in the box. Carolyn's in the box.
Super producer Carolyn? The old super producer Carolyn?
Original super producer Carolyn.
I would text
She's out
her
there
every
pitching
week.
the cards.
Can I get on the stream? Can I get on? Remember those days?
I remember the days where the stream was a race to the front desk.
You know what? I can't imagine what y'all
Yeah,
do.
yeah, it was
Like
that.
after the show,
that's what I'm
like we'd get done, and then we'd race to the desk to get on again. Back in the day where it was, and you saw a lot of the same faces in those days.
You are under the gun.
This was before Dallas even existed.
Yeah, I remember
Like
that.
we were carrying the torch.
Live time. I read.
The old Sunday final table streams.
I made sure you there
Oh
was
yeah, I won at the Steps tournament.
That was the thing for a little bit.
I won one of those.
You did win one of those.
I did.
Yeah,
I got all the cards in that tournament.
You get all the cards, you get all the chips.
Got all the
usually.
yeah. I remember winning that tournament with the Jack 4. Mine was suited though.
And that's how it goes. Though. I mean, heads up.
Heads up, yeah.
There's a lot of things that you can take a flop with.
Didn't I go? You know, Razor Pup.
I don't play that.
I know.
That's who I played. That's who I played. That's who I played. Exactly.
In fact, I played the tag team tournament this year. I played with Razor Pup.
Oh, you did? Oh.
We did. We did not get very far. We just didn't have cards, and that sucks when you don't have cards.
Well, you and I will have to play a tag team.
There's an
Okay.
idea.
Well, I mean,
That was going like
I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch
We'll
it.
wear our TCH gear.
Alright, live
There we
time.
go. We got representative stream out there. TCH
Ball taking
Live.
it as a souvenir. Like.
There, I said it.
Alright, very good. Good job.
And back to Holden.
Oh, sorry. Hold around 6. 7 fold, 8 call.
Ryder's just going to limp here. It's our first limp pot, I believe. Could be wrong.
Yeah,
Four
they're
players.
few and far between tonight. King 9 deuce.
And everybody,
TJ.
oh, TJ's going to
TJ's got a
off flop.
pair.
Yeah, he's going to off flop everybody. And he checked it over, and this is going to like open the door for Ryder. And normally that bet would probably work, but somebody hit something, so.
Yeah.
Oh, a check in the dark. Strong
Deuce
play.
of clubs. This is going to give Ryder the baby club draw. We check again, and that's going to break out. Are we going to just check, or is Ryder going to?
He's got to go
But
big
you know
here.
what? The check bet, the bet check bet is going to look real fishy.
Ah,
He's going to fold though. Usually, like I have a very hard time folding to bet check bet.
yeah, I mean, the jack came, which could be a scare card a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
Okay,
It wasn't
so
a big
Nishi,
bet.
Who's your man? Who's your man, Nishi? Or is it Ishi? I don't know. I don't know.
Ishi?
Where is Penn? Who's Penn?
10 and 20.
Is Penn an Austin person or is Penn?
Sean Penn?
I don't think we have Sean Penn. No, I
You
don't
don't
think
think-
that'll happen. Or is Penn somebody who plays like on like Dallas or Houston? I don't know. I've been out of the loop. I don't know.
I actually don't know who that
There
is
could be
either.
somebody called Penn who just took the world by storm that I wouldn't know.
Well,
And
I don't know
Teller-
either.
No, phony. I don't think it's Penn from Penn and Teller. I don't think it's that Penn.
Well, we don't know yet. There's no answer.
Imagine it's Penn Gillette. And then just it appears out of nowhere like magic. Prestige puts his remaining 86
All
in. And,
in pin?
Baker gonna move in, gonna race over the top with Ace King of Diamonds, and so we're gonna have a flip.
A two
And
right
it's
in the
a deuce,
window.
that's really
A
good.
jack,
He's
a
got it
jack,
faded.
a jack.
And
Diamonds?
the diamonds. He fades the whole
Oh,
world.
wow.
Deuce is full of tens for Prestige. He's gonna double up, fading the entire world on the end there.
There it begins. The comeback.
Carolyn made him sweat it for sure.
Too many outs there.
The
Again, too
gutter,
many
the
outs.
Diamonds.
They don't hit.
Thank you.
Have you seen, and speaking of other streams and other players, have you seen Trick Time? He doesn't play anymore.
That's been a meme in the chat for a long time.
I must have missed
Where's
it.
Trick Time? I don't know.
Somebody said that, I don't know, it's not last chat, the other chat before. Is Trick Time playing tonight?
I have no idea. Trick Time is a
I don't know.
Dallas person. Like,
Yeah.
he's a Dallas. And I have no idea where he is. I think I maybe met him once. I got there, and like that's become a chat meme for a long time. Like, where's Trick Time?
6 raised.
We have a Ryder with
When's
Queens.
Dallas opening?
I remember that. I remember reading those
Everyone's got
comments.
a pair here. Everyone's got a pair. You get a pair. You get a pair. You get a pair.
Ryder's like,
Eights have to
what?
get out of the way.
Ryder's like, what's going on?
Sevens, queens, tens, and I think it's probably time for Ryder to put some more money in.
Hey, Johnny calls this. The problem is he's got a player behind him.
Yeah, Johnny's in no man's land here with
So,
sevens. Like,
this
this
is-
is probably like a reluctant.
I mean,
call.
heads up, you would call this even if you're wrong. But is he going in for a raise?
If you, he's
Oh,
going to
no.
call, which is going to be really disgusting if he gets.
He just said all in right off the bat. I really like to have Ryder go a little slower. I'm really about bet pacing here. I really like the Ryder go slower on this. That he's just such a big bet. Like, who's calling him there? Ace King, maybe?
Yeah, and like, if you're Ryder, you're really happy that you fade the snap call here, because if I
Yeah,
were Johnny and I had aces, I would probably be flatting.
Well, I think Ryder had all the information he needed. Johnny just called, so you can't really put him on
He's going to fold.
a hand that's going to beat queens. So why bet so much?
Yeah, unless it's aces and you're getting trapped.
So you don't want to
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to hear from a hand that you want to hear from.
Dangerous man in the game.
All right, Prestige going to look for a 10 here.
A
Oh, the 7.
Oh, he's
Prestige with the open ender. That
quads!
That would have been quads. That would have been quads.
Oh, is he throwing up in his mouth?
Poor Johnny.
Johnny, be good. Johnny's like,
You folded quads, dude. That's not how you win at poker. Poor Prestige. He just ran it. There's no getting around that. Like
I
that,
mean, tens is, you're going
tens
to
were
win
gonna get in there.
75% of the
Like,
time,
for
right?
The amount
They're just-
of, for the amount of money that was in play there, tens were always going to find their way in, as they should, and he would get called by nines.
I take that back. Ryder, that was a great all-in.
He got called by sevens. Yeah, Ryder got him off of quads.
All right.
What do you want?
I take that all back.
So,
5 fold, 6 fold.
wow. That was the thing.
Prestige is having an opposite night as he did last week.
Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah, Yishi, we actually stream out of the Austin, Dallas, and Houston TCH locations. Tonight we're in Austin. Tomorrow will be Dallas. I don't know Houston's schedule.
I thought it was
but be
Wednesday for
sure
Houston.
And, like and subscribe. Subscribe, get the notifications on, and you can find out every time TCH LIVE is on the air from any of the 3 locations. There's going to be a whole bunch streaming out of Dallas with this Poker Atlas tour. We're going to stream a bunch of final tables, probably even some featured tables during the tournament. You get to see like other phases of play, which is actually pretty interesting if you want to like see cards up like in tournament play. Like you don't get that so often, like outside of the final table where the dynamics change somewhat. So yeah, be sure and check this out. Like it's pretty exciting. We'll be streaming out of Austin Thursday, and I might even get out there and play some 1-3 Nolan at Hilton this Thursday. It's been a while.
You going out to Dallas, you said Thursday?
No, here.
You going to play the stream?
Yeah.
All right. Put your name on there.
I put on black. Yeah, please. I'll give you the white though. Okay, cool. Thank you.
We are streaming our Thursday game as well.
Yeah, 1-3 Holden. Yeah, on the list on Poker Atlas, and come on over here. Be here by 5 and get in there and play.
$20. And fold. Or no, maybe not. I thought that was a fold.
All right.
It was a
See,
scan. My
Baker's
bad.
got the straddle on. He's got the 20 on.
Fold.
Suited ace for TJ. Got a limp in there.
3 call.
Chris limps.
5 call. Call.
Raise this up, Faker. You got to squeeze this out.
8 raise. 150.
Baker's usually good for a raise. He's got to squeeze here, and he does. He's at 150. And this has a good chance of clearing it out.
9 range all in.
That was unexpected.
The
It's gonna
limp
work.
shove with ace 9.
It's gonna work.
Yeah, it's probably gonna work. That would be an incredibly wild call. You're getting limp jams from under the gun. This is.
I mean, it's only, well, I mean, only. It's 650 more, something like that.
Yeah, you can't
That's a
do it,
lot.
like-
Yeah, it's just the
You don't
odds
even have
aren't
an
there.
ace. Like, you can't do it.
746.
He is suited, remember? I was
Famous
suited.
last words.
I was,
Hey, he is 2 to a royal.
yeah, I mean,
Heck, maybe he's going to try and chase the royal steel wheel jackpot. I think that's currently $1,600. TexasCardHouse.com for complete rules.
they
TCH
just,
Austin.
not in this room, but in some other room. I think it was even in Canada.
In Canada, the
Yeah,
bad beat in
the
Montreal.
bad beat
Yeah.
for 2.6 million.
Yeah. Breaking the run Oregon. They got a really tough bad beat. It was like quad tens against the
Straight flush. Yeah, I saw you. I was like, what?
It's an impossible jackpot to hit, which is how it escalates to.
I've had neither. I've only had one quad my whole life. I've had a few straight flushes, but
Man, you're running bad.
I am. I'll always remember my quads. I had quad nines versus a boat aces full of nines.
Yeah. I had quads a few times over the summer, and I made a straight flush once.
Well, it's been a year. It's been years since I had quads, and I had a straight flush earlier this year, but I think it was like an 8 high straight flush.
Yeah. In fact, one of the times I made quads, I was all in, and I tripled up. Unfortunately, we were playing limit hold'em, and I was all in pre-flop.
We're not gonna.
And if you're playing limit hold'em and you're all in pre-flop, you don't have a lot of
Half
chips.
the time it's like, so don't say that. And it's definitely not.
4-8.
Yeah, I got like, this is a horse tournament. I think it was the horse tournament, or the dealer's choice maybe. And we're on a round of limit hold'em. I have one big bet, and I get a pair. I put my chips in. It's like, oh, fun! I flopped quads. Like,
I have
we had a few
nothing.
things like, okay, well, the agony is going to get prolonged another half hour or so.
There's a 50% chance that you're right. So, 5 players.
Ooh, we've seen a lot of these types of flots, right? Anyway,
Yeah, this is going to be open enter for Faker and for Johnny. Not the good end though. Going to be the gutter
Optimize has
for
a gutter.
3 players who have a 9.
Oh,
So,
wow, yeah.
Everybody's got a straight draw. It's just the question of how good the straight draw is. It's going to be Lynn betting first with the 9 triz.
Yep,
That was the
and
bottom.
Lynn actually has 2 straight draws.
That's a lot of straight draws.
A lot of straight draws. He actually has a 3 or an 8 would give him a straight, I think, or a 4 and 8. Yeah, 4 or an 8 would give him a straight.
John Kwong, he's got the gut shot. He also has 2 over backdoor spades, so he's got enough to continue with. And Faker comes along, so does Optimized. And the 5 pairs, which is exactly
Action
what
killer?
everyone wanted,
Yeah.
right? So, 5 of hearts not going to help anybody. See how much enthusiasm there is now. Put money in the spot. Checks back to Lynn, who fired the last time. And he's going to fire again. It looks like he's cutting out some chips. He's going to go, I think, 175, about half pot, or 150 per the graphics.
I really like the way he plays, too. I mean, he recognizes this spot.
Folks to Optimize, who might give it up. He does give it up at this point.
Looks
9
like
triz,
the worst hand wins that.
Getting it done for Lynn.
We've seen Lynn on a few strings. I'm up to 7 points.
You're up to 7 points. You're almost there. 3 more times.
Live chat.
All right, we are in the straddle here. Let's see if Optimize likes to double straddle. He was doing a lot of that last week. I guess he's not. Kind of the same results as last week, just not getting any hands. And I think, does that affect you when you're just not getting any hands? Do you play differently now? Are you limping in more pots?
I try not to let it get to me.
I see that a lot when players aren't getting a lot of hands. They're just limping in pots. They try to hit flops here.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what Optimize is doing right now. He just wants to see some more pots now. He looks angry. Queen in the window.
Queen 10-7.
4 is still the best hand, right? Yeah.
Nobody connecting with this flop very well. We check through. 9's going to give Lynn a pair. And gutter for John here.
Optimize picks up the nut flush draw. He just
Check
doesn't.
2 gutters for John.
He just doesn't know it's the nut flush draw.
Yeah. So John going to bet his double gutter.
I like that bet. It looks value-y.
Lynn's problem here is that he's not going to want to face a river bet, and he's probably going to face a river bet, and so he just gives up now and does not compound his problems later on. Like we've seen some other players do tonight, where like if they folded a street earlier, they don't get themselves in trouble on the river. Poker Monkey, good to see you. Another long-time chat pro around here. Michael rolling the nuts there.
When you were in Vegas, did you play any cash games, or was it?
I played a little tiny bit of cash. I mostly get out there to play tournaments. Every session I played was a winning session. Just, only like 3 sessions though. And yeah, there's not a lot of money on the table.
Well, I mean, like I said, I wasn't even there 15, 16 hours, but I did play 12 hours in the horseshoe, the 2-5, and I made the smallest profit ever.
Yeah.
It's a different game, right? It's just
It is. Like Vegas poker and Texas poker are different animals.
they were calling me crazy and maniac. I was
Yeah.
I said, well, you should watch the streams.
Yeah.
I'm a
name
nit.
out there.
But yeah, these good. Yeah, people recognize the stream. I guess what they do in some poker rooms is they put the stream on.
You mean he was bluffing?
Yeah,
In other
I've
poker
heard
rooms,
that,
yeah.
I've heard that some people have played us. Like we often play here at TCH. They're probably watching us right now out there, hanging on our every word.
We have Carlo in the chat.
Carlo,
Welcome,
chat.
chat.
Great to see you.
$20.
And I played at Horseshoe. I also put in a session at South Point one night.
I love South
So
Point. I
the,
didn't make it out there, but
The Knights had won the Stanley Cup, and so the strip was insane that night with the parade, and I wasn't going to play a tournament that day anyway because I had a work thing going on that morning. And so I went to South Point. Instead, I was staying off strip. I went to South Point, and I played there. I won some money. Not a ton of money, but I won a few $100. Like, okay.
that's a fun place to play. It's a big poker room too.
Yeah,
People don't
that's
know.
a big room there.
Yeah, and that and kind of the off-strip poker. I like the Orleans.
It's used more towards locals.
Oh, of course, like the Orleans does too.
Yeah. I didn't get over to Orleans this summer.
I didn't either, but that's typically a spot where I enjoy to play. They do really. It's a really fun tournament place.
Like that's a place to go for like some low stakes mixed tournaments, even like outside of the series.
They have my friend plays all the mixed games. They have a PLO 8 tournament there. So
TJ flopping a pair to go with his straight draw. Win with the same straight draw.
That's 175.
175 from Lynn. TJ not going to be thrilled with either the pair or the draw here on this main board.
yeah, Lynn's being very aggressive here. He's saying I already flopped it. I got the flush here, and there's really not a lot. Although we can see the cards, TJ's ahead. For me, this is a fold almost always for TJ.
Yeah, you gotta let it go. Like, what's going to happen on the turn? Like, he's like, look at the stacks of pot here. Like, it's probably going to be all in on the turn.
Yeah, it's
and
almost
what
1
turn
to
are you
1.
going to call off the stack?
It's almost 1 to 1 there at that point. So,
like, what's your plan? To turn a 10 and pray that he doesn't have it as you call off?
yeah.
I don't like that plan. After straight comes, you're chopping it best. Either he has no straight and no more money goes in.
In his mind, he's thinking, I got to fade him.
Yeah.
Maybe Lynn at best is doing this with a spade in his hand. As we can see, he had nothing, but so he's got to fade a spade.
Yeah,
that
was like in both spots. First aggressor wins.
Yep. He got to fade a spade, and he has to improve.
We got it.
He can't have the bottom pair there. So
65.
I like the bet by Lynn. He's a tough player. I do miss our old 5-10 game here.
I miss those days.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's see.
A gutter here for John, and backdoor not flush. So
That's also the only hand that has anything at all, and A2's probably shouldn't have even got to the flop, but it got to the flop, and
John is now showing a profit after that stumble early on.
yeah, John's been having a decent night.
Of
Ryder,
764.
Baker, and John all having pretty good nights. Lynn in the green at the moment.
And I guess we're going to leave Prestige up. He's always not.
That's how the system.
Oh,
has been
because there's not
working,
there's
like,
not
until they
another player.
replace it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, open seat. If anyone's around, they want to hop in this 1-3 plus insanity.
Yeah, Carlo. I used to play all the 5-10 strings, or most of them. That was a lot of fun. It's so funny because I was a losing player at 5-10, but I was a winning player at 2-5. It's just a totally different game.
Yeah, a lot of the players that would show up on those 5-10
Yeah, he
streams
said it,
are
and then he
pretty
said it
good
again.
players.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
he
were.
said that.
They're better than me.
He said it 3 times.
I remember.
And he just takes it down, which is the ideal result with that hand. Ace Queen was the hand that I had when I was 2 cards away from winning a ring.
You went all out with the queen in your hand.
I could not hold against King Queen.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Well, I think in tournaments it's different. I think.
Well, tournaments are a different animal, and especially when you're heads up, like Ace Queen is basically the nuts. Especially when you're only playing like 20 bigs.
Lynn being aggressive here, going to play his position. Makes it a small raise though. That'll be a problem. Just makes it 2.5.
Like I tend to just cut these lighter opens out of my range when I'm at a table where I'm never getting through. Like bluffs are great. Like, this is a bluff, right? Like the bluffs are great when nobody folds or when everybody folds. When you're almost never getting 3-bet and nobody folded and there was a 3-bet and
We have John 3-betting here, and then Johnny's going to call. Now John can rep this ace for sure.
He can, and he has the best hand to boot. Check. And now John has a pair.
He'll look to eke out some value here, although we can see Johnny doesn't have anything. Johnny still could have the ace here, right? Because he's checking to the aggressor on the flop.
85. John, can I get called by John? Another ace on the end, so that ace story is going to get a little bit thinner here.
Still, John could go all in here. Johnny.
It would have to be big if you're going to maybe get
It'd have to be
John
all in, and I don't even think he'd fold in.
He's going to go for it. Aces and kings and 3s for John.
It is way too small. 190.
Let's give him that look.
It does look value-y though.
Yeah.
It looks value-y, so that's the way he's playing it. When you look back at your cards, you're gonna muck them.
Feels like a card funeral.
Johnny's really happy that John is taking so much time. Oh, he's counting out the calling chip.
Haven't we seen Johnny bluff off already?
That was the guy next to him.
That was the guy next to him. Okay. Well, now we've seen Johnny bluff off because John does make the call, and he's correct. And
That was just a weird bet. That was a weird bet.
G-Nex value bet, yeah. I mean, poor G-Nex, he's got to go play with high scores now because the series didn't go so great.
Oh, I saw him.
That was actually pretty cool of them, though, to go and show up to those kids' home games before they go off to college. Like that was on Twitter last night, or I guess it's called X now. We can't call it Twitter.
I watched his. I know. All of a sudden, my app just changed to X.
Yeah, now it's X.
I was like, for a minute, I was like, "What's X?"
Yeah.
And why is there 5 notifications?
Okay. So you had a Negreanu encounter. Is
I
that
did.
where we were going here? Okay.
All I geeked out, right? All I said was, hi, big fan. He goes, well, thank you very much. That was it.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets that a lot.
I know. And I was
Certainly
like,
way more than we do.
oh, yeah, yeah. And I was just like, I didn't get a picture. Because he was doing his vlog thing.
Yeah, I photobombed his vlog this year. So I was in the shot when he's walking out to. I think it was the No Limit Deuce actually.
I photobombed. I don't know. I didn't. I rewatched his. I didn't see me in there, so he probably said, "Oh, let's get that guy out."
Yeah, yeah. Again, I'll get a message from one of our viewers. Hey, you were in like whoever's vlog, and like I was on Nick Ryder's vlog a couple years ago. It was also the No Limit Deuce actually, and it was kind of fun.
He was playing the $25,000 something. Wasn't Hold'em.
I hope you at least watch on double speed.
I'll just fast forward. I got a handle.
25K. I mean,
I think
there's
it was
not a lot of
25.
choices. It's like Hold'em, PLO.
It was PLO. It wasn't Hold'em because they had 4 cards.
Yeah, so like PLO or.
I know it's PLO. I don't know high-low or.
I was gonna say, there might be I'm not sure what mixed events are 25K. There might be a horse. I don't know.
Might be, I think
there might be a 25K horse. I don't know.
saw Mike Manasaw out there.
The PPC is 50K. That's a 9-game mix.
There's 80.
And let's see what we got here. We got a 3-bet from King 6, which should work. And it does work. Michael says he's going to retire to Austin, then we'll bring back the 510. Okay, that sounds like a plan.
510.
Imagine we get like hyperinflation one day and then 510 is like 1-2.
Give it 5 years.
Yeah.
I retired here to Austin, so outside of the heat, I love
So,
it.
okay, yeah, you can vouch for it. You can vouch for Austin.
I never even played poker until 2020.
There you go. Never too late to take it up. Yeah, phony prestige call to the night. Not a great night for him. Just ran into it a few times, which is a bummer.
He did make a couple of bad decisions, though.
There's
Yeah,
like
so
the
too
queens.
aggressive.
He could have gotten away from the queens. Like some of the other stuff, you get into spots where you're on the hook.
Action check.
Yeah, that queen's hand was really big, though. It was a big.
Yeah. Gutter for Chris here to go with his nut no pair.
20.
Not at all.
$20 gets
Not a
the
good
job
book,
done.
man.
What's that?
Bumper, bumper? Is it a
You guys
bumper?
want to do
Check my
Baba?
blood sugar right there.
That's what you guys.
Oh, y'all aren't doing it on the half hour?
Right ahead.
Oh, I don't know.
Every hour.
Oh, it is the 30-minute mark.
Technology's great.
Yeah, I wasn't just calling. I wasn't
Technology
just
is
calling
a
it
good
'cause
thing
I
for
was
sure. I'm not just saying that because they work in
I
technology.
wouldn't call it on my button.
I
would've
used to
ran
work
back
in
to my
technology.
seat.
Not that I know anything about. I was in sales.
Austin's a little bit of a tech town.
Yeah, I worked for Microsoft. And
Yeah, I've never worked there. I did at one point work for some other large company that is based in the
Cupertino?
right in the greater Seattle Tacoma area.
oh, okay, I thought you did like Cupertino.
No. Microsoft's not based there either. They're in Redmond,
Their second,
Washington.
yeah, I lived in Bellevue,
Yeah,
but
I'm
their
familiar with
their second largest campus in the world is in Mountain View, San Jose, Cupertino.
Okay,
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I certainly believe that. There's a lot of tech workers there. I see trips for Lynn, and I think he also had a heart draw. Faker with 9s full of 7s now on this turn. Sweet turn for him. And,
The absolute nuts.
He's got some draws on the bottom board.
Who's got spades?
Not
Just to
great
see.
draws, but he's got draws.
John has the nut spades. John
And
continues
Ryder
here.
with the king high spades, and neither of them are good because full house beats a
Fold,
flush.
fold, John. The board is paired.
Yeah, it's Lynn.
I just knew he wasn't going to fold.
So Faker bet his top boat plus draws that are occasionally good, and then
You notice the small bet Faker did? Those are more suspicious than the pot. He's trying to get people in here, so.
Lynn calls. So does John.
The spades get there. The spades
clubs.
get there.
So John with spades that he thinks might be good, but they're not.
John has
And
two
then,
pairs though.
Over on the bottom, Lynn has made a wheel, which will be the best hand on the bottom board. Faker going to go full pot now. There's very little that's scooping him at this point. And he does have 4s and 3s on the bottom. He's probably not thinking 4s and 3s are going to be good all that often.
It's always nice to have something.
Like you might accidentally scoop sometimes. Like if let's say John were to call you with just a flush.
Blake agrees.
Lane has a non-nut straight. Like this is actually not a trivial choice for him. Because it is a one-way hand, and that one way is not guaranteed. On the other hand, he does block the boat on top. Not that
Yeah, not
has it,
yeah.
but he does actually block the 9,
You can add it on or not.
Yeah, it's
which
100%.
might tell. Like, he could accidentally win the top board. That's the thing. Like he could get shown 6-5 and he could beat 6-5.
He might
Yeah.
raise here.
Right.
Stones only.
Also an option.
Although that top board doesn't beat anything.
Or if I have king queen of jack 9 king.
He's at least calling.
Right?
So.
He's
Oh, he is
going
calling.
to make the call. Over to John, who has the spades, and then he has aces up on the bottom. He has spades on a paired board, and then he has top and bottom on a board that's 4 to a straight, which, you know.
I mean, he called to hit his flush on the river, right?
Yeah.
So
True. And now he's facing a pot and a call. And it's like, okay, do we want to call for half? The ceiling is half at this point. He folds.
yeah, he should have folded. He should have folded on the turn.
Yes, he should have.
9-7.
Baker Lynn chopping it up.
4. Full house and 2 pairs.
Hey,
Straight. Straight to 5.
all you need. What a slow roll.
And so I've never personally considered living in California myself. Or
Well,
working in
well
California. Yeah.
there's two things. I'm not from. I lived there for 20 years, 25 years. No, 30. 32. Right after college, I moved to California.
Okay.
But there's two things that California has that are probably the best, right? I mean, I don't know the best. The food is amazing in California. It just is, right? From Mexican, actually barbecue's not very good. From Mexican all the way up, right? Seafood is incredible. And the weather, especially all of California, but Northern California is it's the best weather now.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I hear that like there's like not very much air conditioning in San Francisco because they don't need it.
you really don't. I mean, everybody has central air, to be honest. But yeah, it's the summertime. Sometimes it gets in the 90s, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's always no humidity. It's like 20, 30, 40, 50%. That's it.
8 fold 9.
That's what makes it so.
Free play.
That's what makes it so expensive, actually. And
Yeah,
of course,
like everyone wants to live there.
jobs are abundant there. Tech jobs in Northern California, especially.
Yeah. Optimize. The only player flopping anything here. Well, $35 C-bet from Chris. Ryder gets out of there. Optimize. I imagine it's going to be hanging around.
Been impressed with Ryder's play. He's
Has Optimize colored up here? I see an orange chip in front of him.
I think he pulled that out of his bag.
Okay, so that's a top up.
But is this match the stack? Oh, there
Okay,
you go.
there's match.
I heard a voice from afar. So it is match the stack, and Optimize is going to make this into a 2-5 game right now.
And so, so Optimize is going to get that raise through. He easily has the best hand anyway.
We have a question from Dr. Dreydell. In case it meant something else, I didn't know, so I was just going to say doctor.
Yeah.
Is there ever a pineapple? No, I have not seen a pineapple game. I know you can call it in a mixed game.
Yeah, so like on a stream we can't do it, So on the stream we can't do it. Like in general, if you want to play a pineapple game, if you got the table of people who want to play pineapple,
Yeah,
it's for the
they'll
pineapple.
spread any game, but to get 9
It doesn't
players to
regulate
play,
it.
9 players to play pineapple.
I haven't played it in ages.
I only played in bomb pot.
Yeah.
And that's not a real pineapple, right? That's crazy pineapple.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah, it's not something you commonly see though.
I don't think you can get 9 people together and say, yeah, let's do a pineapple.
It seems unlikely. That's hey, we get 7 people together for no limit juice.
We can, yeah, we can get.
Together for no limit juice. We can, like if you were determined, you could probably make it happen.
all right, 20's on.
Chris wondering how that was a chop. So Faker won with the full house, 9s, 12, 7s. No, Lynn on the bottom
He had a
had a
straight.
wheel.
He had a,
He had a wheel. He had a 5, and they had another wheel card.
4.
And it was 1, 2, 3, 4.
He had 5-4. Oh, he had lost to 5-6, but he had 5.
Yeah,
but there was no
yes.
5-6.
Yeah, so he had a wheel. And now Lynn has 2 aces.
I know what's going on.
And Lynn has a chance at winning all
That's
these
actually
Table time.
unfair
I got this.
for Lynn to have aces.
Raise.
I would say he's probably the most balanced player at the table.
Smells good. I know she keeps
He plays. Oh no, Chris
Queens
with
for
queen.
Chris. This might just be
This is an all-in here.
right
yeah.
here, right now.
You can't call. You can't raise. You don't have enough money to raise. So this is all in. It's really only 4x to
No one
bet.
said anything about it.
Reasonable.
That's a perfectly fine shove. It's just going to be unfortunate timing.
I'm just complimenting Mel. All in.
All in, he says,
Fold.
and Lynn will be saying call in pretty short order
Got a
here.
good joke in the chamber, but I don't want to rip that hard.
Wow.
Okay.
And
Queen in the window. Oh,
queen
a
in the
jack,
back,
a
there's
jack, a
Dutch
jack, a jack. Oh,
And crack, go the aces. Queen's full for Chris. It's going to be a double up here at Lynn's expense.
Oh no.
No, not at all.
Guy out of here.
The graphics kind of gave it away. The scanner picks it up well before Carolyn turns it over.
Like 17 grand.
we have a new. Oh, I thought we had a new player. But man,
You can't even put that
that's
on the
probably
table.
the worst.
Let me
feeling.
dial it back.
I'm not saying aces get cut, but being so far ahead to lose.
80, 20. And it could be worse. It could be like ace king.
The tip chips, sir. The tip chips.
Or imagine it's like somehow ace jack that went for a bluff here, and then you get shown that bluff.
Ace jack, yeah. Suited ace jack for a jam.
That's not a good deal. It's a great deal. This is on TV. This is on YouTube forever. That's not a good deal.
I'll pay 100, and it's a tip lifetime subscription. So
Wait. So I never worked the string, and you only play the string. So that might be good for me from you.
Sounds like KJ.
I don't think that's KJ. That doesn't sound like him.
John Earl.
Thought it was. I know he's
He
here,
always works.
but he's working. But he's working.
During play?
Somebody's sitting down.
It's a
Who is
comma.
it?
Never plays when I work.
No, he's just
So
talking.
that's
Play?
another free 100.
The golf
Wait.
player?
20's on. 20's
Oh man, that's good. Oh, he's not playing. Okay. Oh, he's coming
Okay,
in.
we're being told from the future that we're going to have 2 dealers on this table. Going to have
And Clay's also there too.
Nobody would ever think that.
on. No, I would never do it. Really? It would cost too much for anything. A regular?
yeah, I mean, like,
And then it's kind of smarting over that. Took it all in stride.
no, there is no time limit.
right back in there. Going to
Like, I don't know,
what
5
was
grand.
mine offsuit. First with Jack 10 of diamonds. In the straddle, the first straddle.
Faker would have won that hand.
Or better than average.
You know, just said Jack 9. He would have had a straight.
Yeah, that, no, he wouldn't have because the full house beats a straight.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that's right. It paired up.
10 did pair on the ends.
if it's
That would have
like
actually been
your
more
husband-
fun.
If you're like 52 milligram or whatever, so like the circle is kind of big or whatever, but besides that.
And Lynn going to go for the back raise there over Chris's raise.
Just kind of just smells like, let me just get rid of the rest of these chips and I'll rebuy.
Okay, you get a rebate, sir.
After a few years, you're losing a lot of money.
Right. Everyone's like, no, I pre-tipped you 3 years ago.
Doctor, or whatever he is, says that
If I was in a movie, if I knew for a fact I was moving in like 2 years, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool.
I think it was like 500 or something.
yeah, here's the thing about pineapple. I get so tilted when I end up
And then
discarding
they
the
all
wrong
just follow
card.
you there and play it wherever you're dealing with.
I get enough of that playing.
I've actually never seen it played as a cash
Or
game.
no, I came because I thought the
Yeah, I haven't
legend.
seen it as cash either. I've only seen it like I guess like essentially a novelty
Bomb
tournament.
pot. Yeah, or it's a also. It's
Or a bomb
sometimes
pot.
a dealer's
Or
choice.
pineapple.
Yeah, somebody will say, well, they're called crazy pineapple, right? So because you do see the flop. So even then, I don't want to like play it. I would prefer PLO.
Imagine you just play like Super Hold'em.
One raise,
I
You
think
hold
what is
cards
that?
and you can play any of all
Oh
of them.
yeah, I played that in one of those mixed games.
What about Super Duper Hold'em where you can play 4 cards?
Well, you can also just play all 4 cards. Like you could have.
I just made that game up.
Oh, I was about to say like yeah,
Super
4
Duper
spades.
Hold'em.
You just need a spade to hit the flop.
Yeah, pretty much. And then pray that like they don't
Hey.
just have quads or.
I would play that. I'm a terrible player with an ego. Just looking at reading some comments.
We encourage your kinds. We encourage your kinds, Chris. Chris, wondering if you've got an ego and you don't know the fundamentals of the game, are you welcome on the stream at a max buy-in? We insist on a max buy-in.
And I feel
In
like
fact, play responsibly.
I feel like a lot of people understand the fundamentals. They just don't care. they want the juice.
They came to play.
They want the juice.
And speaking of juice here, Optimize going to move all in with his overs and gut shot. Johnny, though, has a pair on a diamond draw. Like, this is a callable hand. Like, here's the thing. When you have the 9 of diamonds, Optimize can have a better diamond draw or he can have a better made hand. He cannot have both. So there's actually a reasonable chance you're ahead. And if you're not ahead, he doesn't have a diamond draw. Like, you know that you're going to be drawing live.
That's a great point there.
Call
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah, he has to call.
Optimize is going to be looking for a queen or a king, and
That
jack
doesn't
of
help.
hearts and an 8 of spades is going to mean that Johnny will win with his 2 pair.
Optimize cannot catch a break tonight.
No, he can't.
We'll do the test for the pineapple. We'll try to spread it one night. See if we can get any. I already know what's going to happen.
Like if you could make a list, then it'll happen.
Thinking Friday nights. We have that PLO tournament here, so maybe those folks might be
Yeah, we
interested.
have the PLO tournament on Fridays here. Me too. Might be busy this Friday though. Don't think I'll be around this Friday.
Well, didn't have to be this Friday. I just
Yeah.
always give it a shot there. Great call by Johnny. Nice double up. He's only down $300. I feel like he should be down
That's
more.
a dirty slow roll right there. He's holding the stone cold Dutch
He's
roll.
battled back there with that double up. Prestige is not even here, and he still leads the way in VPIP.
I don't think I can bet 65.
And John as well.
Come out and all in.
I feel like John should have a higher VPIP.
No.
Yeah, Chris, if you want to get on, like there is the link to get on the show if you're actually interested, and we look forward to having you on a future edition of TCH Live. And we do get players. I don't know where you are, but we do get players from out of town who come here and play.
Hit a pineapple tournament.
At some other place in Dallas, and it didn't last long. That doesn't surprise me. Like there was actually one time here, like before the plague and the before times, where we tried to TCH Austin, like we weekly had a no limit deuce tournament, and that fizzled out pretty quick because it's hard to get people to play that game every week.
It's a good, because it's a
do
novelty, right? It's kind of a
like,
novelty. So.
Like if you want to do a more niche game like that, then like once in a while, sure. We see these aces still good, and John with a pair of 8s, so he'll come along here, and he gets another 8. Ace is no good tonight.
Yeah, aces are getting cracked, and riders should not be afraid of that, right?
Yeah, this is a perfectly safe-looking turn. It's not a club.
John should just call here. He check raised. That's too. That might let Ryder off the hook here.
Now, what are we trying to protect against here?
It's a small check raise.
Ryder's going to get sticky, though.
Ryder needs an ace.
This pot has ballooned to almost $2,000. Nine on the end. That's a safe river there. The only hand that gets that, only thing that got there is 7-5, and it's unlikely that we're dealing with 7-5 here. John, when he gets snapped, and John turns over the winner. He's got 3 8s, which is going to be 2 aces.
John has
Carolyn
over
gonna get this counted out.
6K.
This is a massive night for John. Incredible run for John here.
Dirty double. Dirty double.
Chris, you're in the Houston area. We do stream out of TCH Houston. I don't know how you go about getting on there. Like if you follow one of these links, maybe there's a. Call them up. Okay, call up TCH Houston. Call up their front desk. Tell them you want to get on the stream, and they'll get you set up over there.
Sorry, I can't reach that far. I know they're just gonna fall over.
Tough break for Ryder. He was up quite a bit.
Take it easy on me for first time.
Yeah, the swings of this game, like you just see it
20 more.
in this like 3-hour window, basically, where you know you have $1,000 at 6 o'clock, and then you have $2,000 at 7 o'clock. You have $3,000 at 8 o'clock, and you got $0 at 9 o'clock, and you know just how it goes.
What's he going by?
These players they come here to fold, and we see John, the big winner now.
And we have a new player, Clay.
We do have Clay as promised, assuming seat 7.
It's been some time.
Claymo, as he's given us his stream in here.
We'll take a trade season with you.
Are you in? Yeah,
Like whatever they put here, I'm just going to read it on purpose. I've had them cross the names up, and like I didn't catch it because hey, I'm just going to read it.
I tend to call them by all their real names.
I'm excited.
It's 35. Did you say 135?
I'm really sorry if ever somebody names themselves "Go yourself, San Diego." Yeah, production wouldn't allow that. We have some standards around here.
Oh shit, it's like 720 something.
Ryder going to take it. He raised 8-5, and nobody offered resistance, so he won.
Doesn't look well.
Looks like a man who just had his aces cracked.
Just folded. Just it's one pair. You know.
Yeah, the check 8, like going to Chris's point, you know, like I could open that on the button unless my lineup's insane and like, I'm just torching my money. Yeah, Jack 8 is not a hand that you generally see there, and I think that might have been a straddle defend there. Like I don't actually recall the pre-flop action.
I know that it was a raise that was the smallest raise with the aces.
2002, 2005, 2007, 300, 2005, 500.
Wait, Doctor, you're saying you're from New York? I'm from New York. What part of New York are you from? I'm from Long Island.
I've ever bought.
3 ways here. A lot of hearts that nobody has. And
Long Island, that's that big island south of Manhattan.
Well, to the east of Manhattan.
East of Manhattan? Oh, it's connected, the same?
Well, there's water in between the two.
Okay, yeah.
Long in the east-west sense.
Can you ask me, does this 14?
Like you've got Brooklyn and Queens that are physically on the island, but we don't
Yeah.
actually.
I like
It's in
Brooklyn.
Yeah, we don't actually think those as Long
Well, it's
Island.
not-
We
I
think
mean,
of like
it's not
Nassau and Suffolk County as Long Islands, but
That doesn't matter to me.
Queens and Brooklyn are physically on the islands. We see really no action.
What are the bad parts?
Play
of-
at it on
of that?
$14.
That you don't want to go visit, or
.007.
like so I think of New York, I think of like Brooklyn,
Swampland
Queens,
in
Harlem,
South Dakota.
Manhattan. Those kind of things.
I'm far from an expert on the city. So Long Island being one big suburb, essentially, like Nassau Suburb being one big suburb. You
I
got
gotta eat
Queens.
tonight, bro. I gotta eat tonight.
That's where they found that
Everything with
serial killer, right?
Yes.
There you go. Claim to fame.
Yeah. So yeah, we have that, and
got
we
that.
have beaches,
Now it's in play.
and
You like Southampton's there?
the Hamptons.
The Hamptons,
out east,
whatever.
so the east ends of the island. You've got white houses, historic white houses, and beaches, and wineries, and rich people. Like the Hamptons, like you may have heard of the Hamptons, the east end of Long Island.
I'm very familiar with the Hamptons through Law and Order.
I've somehow never seen One Order.
Are you kidding me?
I've never seen One Order. I've never seen Seinfeld either. I'm a failure as a
Wow. That's
Queen Six
actually
Deuce is another uninteresting plot for this much action. Albany, okay, he's from Albany, the capital.
that's north, right? That's not.
Yeah, that's upstate. That's probably like 5 hours up from where I'm from.
I almost got transferred to Buffalo at Microsoft once.
Ooh,
Yeah,
it's cold.
it's cheap.
I almost went to grad school in Rochester, and then I didn't.
I actually lived in Manhattan for work for about 6 months, opening up a store.
Yeah,
You ever know the Microsoft store? You've seen
I know that was
yeah.
that was a thing.
Yeah. So I opened up that store. My first kind of taste of Manhattan. I loved it.
Yeah.
Then I was in New Jersey for a long time, opening up a couple stores there, and I hated it.
Well, I mean, as a Long Islander, like one of our things is making fun of Jersey, so you know,
Well, I mean,
they don't know how to drive.
Well, it's not that. It's like when I was there, all I could see are prisons and White Castles. That's all I remember about New Jersey.
I'm like, you wouldn't believe how much I'm holding back right now making New Jersey jokes.
Well, you don't have to.
I don't want all of New Jersey to turn us off here.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there's another prison.
Yeah.
Double bogey softball.
Cool.
Double bogey.
None of the trees that have leaves on them.
Like I mean, like I've like driving through Oklahoma, like there's like one stretch of highway. There's signs saying like, "Don't pick up hitchhikers because they could be escaping prisoners." And then you drive past the federal prison.
So,
Nice.
doctor says you don't want to do Buffalo. Well, I didn't after I did my research.
Yeah, it like snows in October or something. It's
I was like, well, I could buy a house there for like $100 grand.
I don't mind a little bit of snow. I don't mind a couple of inches of snow. I have a problem when like it's as deep as say a Saint Bernard.
Probably.
Yeah, I lived in Bellevue and it snowed a couple times a year, right? And I remember it was the first time I ever lived in snow, and my car was covered.
You know, the sample is kind of
What's Ryder doing here? What's wrong with Ryder?
Yeah, no, I know. Just double checking.
He-
So I said, hold on.
That's a jam.
He's
library.
all in, and he has 10-6.
Oh, I thought Ryder was the
And this is music to TJ's ears. He has Ace King,
Well-
and now he's going to have no problem just shoving the rest of his
I
money.
think Ryder is.
I don't drink a lot. Anybody got some Sprite?
Could be.
He's looking to get his money back
And
fast.
TJ has moved all in.
What do you want that?
And then Johnny's got Ace Jack, and he's just going to have to fold this.
Oh, look.
I don't want something.
What are you beating here? He has. I don't think he's called yet. He called the $200 raise previously. He hasn't called the shove yet.
What are you drinking?
Yeah,
Like, what are you beating? He's going to fold. Like, what hands do you want to see turned over?
I mean, he probably wants to. He probably, and Ryder has his spades. There's a jack right in the window.
There's hearts, there's spades, and there's a bunch of kings, and TJ wins. Ace King does usually be 10-6.
I just
105 degrees outside.
Absolutely.
Get you a little Modelo.
No sexist.
All right, so
All made up for
Ryder
us.
getting stacked here. I don't know if he's going to come back or not.
I feel like I only ever see you at like
TJ.
12 midnight after I've been here.
TJ now moves into the profitable
I
side of
just
the
got here, so this is kind of what I was like.
that last
Usually
hand.
DJing at someone's
Exactly. So,
is it Claymore?
It's a
Claymore
different-
mine?
It says Claymo.
Claymore?
big
It
blind
says
here,
Claymo.
so-
I'm just going with Claymo. I don't know if
I like Claymore
there's
better.
anything there.
Raise 15.
Are y'all playing any
See
of
it on
the
live
games?
stream.
Do 7.
All right, I
or
mean,
y'all
New
playing
York
anything
City area,
else?
you don't want to really get
No, I'm just
snow.
asking.
Yeah,
You can't
it
do it on
doesn't
the
snow that much
Okay,
in the
no.
city itself.
The software doesn't have
Hey,
other
look, 2
games.
aces for Chris.
This is our 5th aces, I believe, of the night.
You think they'll actually hold this time?
Nope.
I wouldn't
How are they
hold
going to
my
get him?
do
How are
7,
they going to
you know,
screw him
I
this
had like-
time?
Well, he's not going to flop a set, so
Yeah, that's a bummer.
that's
Everyone.
John's not going to get it straight because the aces are gone.
I mean, I would
Hey, there's a chance. There's
That's
a
so
chance
cool.
there to get beat.
want to hold my do 7.
They actually have a button built into the software so that if
Oh,
you're
yeah, you
playing
playing
the
that shit
game,
now. So what,
it
25
pays
or-
everybody, like it
or 50?
distributes the chips. Yeah, isn't that so cool?
For 25 or, no, my bad, sorry. I was saying do 7.
TJ gonna
My fault. I'll wait.
get
I'll
in
wait.
Seven
there as
dudes.
well.
Two different things, but you confused me.
Was there no straddle here?
I know.
I'm thinking
There was
my
no
man
straddle
money
here.
back
That
right
was a straight up raise to 15 from Optimize. Who's
Chris
now
needed
gonna-
to, he needed to make it bigger.
We're gonna go 5 ways here.
I like TJ's hand here.
I see
I've been
Jack
doing the wrong thing, so.
and a king and a 7 in hearts, and nobody has a heart drop. Boo.
Chris puts it down, the only backdoor.
TJ's got a pair.
This is a tough spot for Chris, right? Because the board, so anybody could have 2 pair here.
And Optimize does have a gutter.
I like that, Blake. Same time I did.
It's certainly like
appreciate
a random set of 7s.
Same time I did. I can appreciate that.
Chris gonna go 150. Gonna just try and end it here and now. Optimize.
Got the flush. You got the backdoor flush too.
The last man standing between Chris and that pot.
I'm in, but everybody's got
You may float.
Yeah, I'm taking the poll all the way around.
Better and back
Guys,
door.
if I'm in. Johnny.
Not enough to
25
suck the
bucks.
pot though.
Yeah. He would need someone to call.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the only guy.
So the aces will not get cracked because we didn't see 5 cards.
I was sweating. I was like, I have the perfect justification too. If someone doesn't want it, if someone doesn't want to play, I'm like,
All right.
you can't do that because
Sorry, I
they
gotta
benefit
go.
off of all the action.
All right.
Surrounds the table, you know?
We still have 45
I'm
minutes
in there
left,
just
so
trying to
I
pretend
apologize.
like
Pick somebody up.
All right.
Think you going, Johnny.
Next
I
Monday?
ain't mad.
Is it bomb pot time?
I
Is
don't
that what
know
the
yet.
alarm was?
I don't know why not, but
Let's do it.
Okay.
See,
It's
I-
bomb pot.
I'd happily do
I
this
work
with
here.
you.
I have no idea. I ain't
Well,
hear
someone
anything.
set an
Thank
alarm
everybody for the
something.
chat.
I wasn't sure if it was bomb pot.
It is.
Fun stream.
It's
We had like 2 minutes.
I didn't hear anything about anything.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah,
people
we
back
had
to
all
play.
kinds
We're
of
ready.
consent. And I'll take you the rest of the way here
All right.
as we're
Thanks,
into
guys.
power hour here, and we're gonna have a
John will
bomb
do anything
pot.
for better position in the bomb pot.
Gamble.
I know. I was
Not
like,
taking a step out, so I will
table,
see
but they
where
already
we
like
wanted
put
to
my
be
buttons
for another 45 minutes.
If I can
through
look,
all the software.
if I can look first,
Oh my god.
if I can look first.
All right, so
Everybody
4
reschedule.
cards, 2 boards. Here we go.
You missed the hand play. I'm nervous as hell.
Me or you?
Jack 9, 7 rainbow, and King Jack 6, lots of hearts.
I was nervous.
King of hearts,
I was
six of
nervous
hearts,
about
jack of
how fast he snapped it off. You know, like
Yeah,
it was just a super duper snap. It was.
Yeah, I thought he had a bow. I ain't gonna lie.
Johnny flopping the nut hearts, and he's also got a jack for good measure.
No, I really didn't think it was.
The look on your face was like,
25,
Well, it was either kings or aces, right? I mean, it's either gonna be kings or aces. So
10 for Faker. A great hand if we're playing PLO high.
for sure.
Not so great here. He is going to call, though. Top pair and a wrap on the bottom. That's not good. On the top, he's got a mega wrap. He has the wrappiest wrap that ever wrapped on the top, which will only make you a straight and get you quartered. 3 diamonds and queen of clubs means that Faker will turn the straight on the bottom, which is not going to beat the flush still. So wrong wrap gets there. Johnny's got a hammer lock now on that bottom board.
Oh, wait, bro. What's the orange chip?
You work here, Clay. Go home, all right?
It's a tip chip, all right?
It's a tip.
It's a tip chip. You're just surprised I have one, huh?
No.
65 for Johnny.
At 10:30 maybe, but 9 o'clock.
Very suitable here and there.
I love you too.
Faker
Mind, I love you too.
with a straight and a straight draw is going to question this, and he's going to show Clay what he's folding, and you got to fold that here. It's like that's actually the right fold, I think. You're hoping to chop, and you might not even do that. We want to be really results oriented. It all bricked anyway, as we see deuce and a 5 on the ends. Chris does pick up another pair on the bottom, but it is irrelevant.
Boy.
It's,
My bad. I'm back to the orange tip.
there.
It's real big.
See how much he goes for here.
I need a hero.
All right, Blake, we're ready again.
Snap hero, too.
Full pot, 285, and having the nuts on one side,
You know,
he knows he can only make money here. Could consider going smaller, and Chris will fold.
When you go so fast, I thought,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
absolutely.
We need to fix this.
I might go more like 2/3 there, just really wanting to get called.
100% rude, my bad.
And I still sometimes win the top with 2.
Johnny won, so we'll blame it on Johnny.
Maybe.
Right? No?
Anybody want to play chess?
Or maybe
after
even
this,
induce a bluff of some kind.
Oh shit.
You serious?
Oh shit. Yes. Hey, y'all might have to go like right now. Just like make sure.
Dr.
I'm watching.
We'll move the stream to.
How many more years of the USA version of
Put it right there.
poker site? Well, that poker site
I'll
that you
take
named,
whatever
I
you
think
don't
they
want.
are actually operating in a couple of states. Like, I don't think you'll ever see it to where, like, the U.S. is going against the global player pool. Like, it's sort of regulated on a state-by-state basis, and some states will share their player pools and their funds with each other.
No.
Blake was the
And
tip. That's why I got
that's probably as good as it's going to get in the U.S. Like, if you want to see a bigger push, like, you're going to need some bigger states get involved. Like, if New York ever adopted online poker, like, that's game time.
You know my
That's
favorite
just
words
a
from
massive
DJ?
state there.
I was just bluffing, huh?
But right now, it's just like Jersey and Pennsylvania and
He's playing
Michigan.
a private game one day, and he
Like, if you got a New York in there, I think
spikes the
that
club that
changes
he
the math.
needs on both boards for a flush. And he says,
Jack 10-5 is going to be an open enter for Johnny.
I don't really know. How much do I tip Clay?
Top pair for Clay,
I
though.
say that it's like a
Yeah, because I quadrupled.
it's like a $5,000 buy. Yeah.
That was the biggest I ever won.
That much.
Clay continuing for
How much do I
75.
tip Clay? And I'm like, I can't say shit.
Johnny, 2 overs in an open
I
enter.
don't know.
Call.
Whatever you like.
Deuces, get out of there. We're heads up.
He was like, yeah, I got a plus already too.
Yeah, I was like, no
he was
good.
like, I got the nuts. I don't know what y'all got. He had 8-top plus on both boards.
Yeah, that was a good day. Chase
8
hit the
of
run
clubs,
today.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
going to complete the straight.
Oh, Johnny and myself. Check.
Check.
I'm gonna look one more time, John.
Check,
Let me see what I
check.
got.
5 pairs on the ends. What's Clay going to do here? He's going to go for the $5 bet. Johnny going to fold.
What? That's my guy.
To
He already knows.
2% pot bet.
All right, let's talk more about some more.
Figuring he is
Right,
not
Johnny?
good often enough.
Disrespectful.
No, it's my guy. And that was 100%
Before
respectful.
this, yeah, gone.
I saw Connecticut legalize the online last year. I don't know how close they are to actually getting an operator operating there.
1/100 spot.
Bro.
Yeah, it's like they gotta, like that industry's gotta put the effort into the lobbying
For your dealing days,
and
like
getting
today?
it on people's radar. I mean, we've seen the sports
Just a
betting
few hours
industry do
ago.
that, and
Somebody in the days, he knows me.
doesn't seem like there's really much initiative to just bring poker for the ride. Like they've got to really
Don't like that one.
get
45.
their faces in the room, I think.
The only time I run good is when Chase is at the table.
Hey, yeah, bro.
These little jokey
That
$5
shit was
bets on
funny
stream
because, like I
sometimes.
said,
We
it
saw
was
one earlier tonight. We saw somebody else do that
Oh
tonight.
man, Mr. Robert. So it was Mr. Robert
Had
and
about the same
Jesus.
result.
Yeah.
Like a
And
$10 bet into
Jesus
$500.
U-turn. Yeah, close. But this shit was like what, 8 or 9.
He got a low
Chris has
flush.
a
I was
high
like,
clutch
he
draw.
jumped up and clapped his hands. I was like, what are you
Hard
So the
draw.
good part was, he said,
He's got a hard draw.
"Oh yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm all in." He said, "I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. I'm gonna go ahead and call." And he calls. So he has a 10 high flush on both boards. Yes, ace high. He has nuts on both
We
boards.
played the biggest win
Pulls
two
with
game.
the nines, the pair, with no
And
one
Mr. Robert is in it.
Does
He
pick
has
up
two
a
pair on the top. He's like,
second
"Oh,
shot.
in." So Jesus has 1800. Mr. Robert has 1100.
Nine of hearts on the end. Good news, bad news. Ryder has a set, but Chris has a
The
flush.
one that, in.
This is like the
He was like,
worst time
he was like,
to
"I don't
ever
know what
make
y'all
a set.
got, but I call."
It's just four with
You
straight
got the
flush.
My lips are just wet above my mask.
Chris gonna take it.
He's like, "Yeah, I got the nuts here." And then
And like
so
I
he
said,
wins.
like there's-
So, okay, so here's the funny part, right? So he
Like,
says,
it's
"What should I
like
tip
you
play?"
just have
So
to
he
get all
gives
the
me $50,
states that are
right?
legal to get into that
So I
player
make the
pool.
round
Like
through.
they
I
haven't
come
all
back.
jumped in yet. Some of them
So
have.
when he gives me $50,
The
we started a
rest
thing, or they started a thing in
to,
Dallas. So when you get a
to
green
get
bird,
wine.
you tip it on the table.
Oh, you
Do
see
that, right?
that with
So
WSOP
I
as
did
well.
it.
Like there's
And
like the
Chase
Jersey,
said-
Nevada
so he's
one,
sitting in one.
and then
Chase
there's
sitting
like
in two. So Chase is like, "Why did you do that?" And I
Michigan.
explained it to him, right?
So he starts giving them to you every
All
day.
right. So I go back. No wait. So I go back around and come back in the private room.
It's kind of
Yeah,
silly
he's
if they
coming
get
And Chase wins
bracelets
the
for
hand,
online events
and
in
he
Michigan.
says, "Here's $50 because I want to hear
Can
you
you
say
scan?
it."
Can you scan?
What am I gonna do for $50? Thank you, appreciate it. You know what I mean?
See, those gimmicks make money, man. They make real money.
Yeah, they started in the cage in Dallas, right?
Huh?
They started at the cage.
Yeah, I think it started at the cage, and then the dealer said, "Hey, let's do it as well."
50.
And then so
Oh.
I get the green bird. It's all cooked off from here. So
Forgot about that. I'll have to start doing that.
No, I run good whenever super producer is commentating too.
It's true.
But she ain't been back there in a while.
91 likes. I think we can get to 100 before the end of the night.
I'm sorry, Kelly. Can you pick a number between 1 and maybe 35?
Don't need that many of you to
1
press
and
that button.
35.
Yeah. So let me. Wait.
I think this has been a likable
gotta
show.
add up
This is
the flop.
been a fun time.
21.
21? Oh my God! Did you pick my number?
Yes.
God,
Intentionally.
he picked my number. All right.
It's my number now.
TJ can be the one that bet on this Queen 9-9. Gonna get the job done. He's gonna show Faker, hey, look what I did. I bluffed.
So what's your favorite number between 1 and 5? 5. So 5. For me. Every time 21 adds up on the flop. Anybody else?
Good
For
choice.
the dealer. $5 every time the flop adds up to 21. I'm gonna give her $5. Anybody else like to get in? You're more than welcome.
Well, you're gonna spice it up. Gonna tip the dealer based on randomness. And you know, we got great dealers here at TCH. I like tipping just because.
I think Blake is in too. $5, 21 on the flop for the dealer. What's that? I'll play it to you in a minute.
Have you read up on the history of online poker legalization or delegalization? I mean, basically, a lot of people would say that there's just. And there was somebody who lobbied to kill it and killed it. And yeah, that's how it came to
But it goes
disappear.
all the way out. Double.
tell a good enough story. Like, yeah, here's the thing: like, if you're running a land-based casino,
It is.
cooperate. Don't see them as a threat. See it as an opportunity to collaborate and to get in on the action. Here's the thing: like, it's like Blockbuster. If Blockbuster would have tried to ban Netflix,
What's your name? Oh,
like, think about that. That's what it is basically. Except like this actually works.
How about I have a
You see Optimize raising it up to 150, not believing Ryder, who's really just messing around here with a gut shot, and it's going to fall.
white jersey.
I hope you got McCaffrey.
No, with 0.
Oh, okay.
Claymore on the back.
I like that.
Yeah, because anybody really got a whole lot of zeros, you know?
Yeah, that's
So,
better than the McCaffrey jersey.
But like this year, it's like actually the first year they're allowing
So like, instead of
running
Blockbuster
backs,
trying to ban Netflix, they should buy Netflix.
somebody else
They should see this as an
They're allowing
opportunity
it in the NBA. I'm sorry, in the NFL.
be the
they
one
do
to beat
whatever.
yourself.
So,
Like, if somebody's going to beat you in business eventually,
yeah, and until this year they could not. I don't want a whole lot of people to get it because I got the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
well, Ryan,
21.
head honcho. See you in the chat. Hope you're doing great this evening.
I play with you. I don't keep up. No, I'm saying I don't even keep up.
What's that?
$3. These are flops 21.
To another fine night
add on the card.
here. One
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, this time, yeah.
No, every time.
21.
It's every
I'm
time.
gonna come in one hand at a time.
It's every time, bro. It's only $3.
Jack 3 deuce.
You gotta die. Cool.
I
So
mean, it doesn't help.
that's better than my only 5. So we're gonna switch it to 3.
Clay, I need you to promise me you're not taking a commission on this pitch.
I'm not, bro. It's good.
That's what I need you to
Optimize
I'm not.
looking like he's going to continue here.
suspicious, man.
No, you'd be tipping me more.
What do you say? $3?
I'm just saying, you're
Ryan, can you hear me better now?
tip 3, and then you're gonna give him a
Johnny?
kickback of 1.
I had to fight this microphone
She
tonight.
flops 21. $3
Somebody else
bucks.
for
This
it.
is a D
All right, cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I bet.
Look at that.
So it's 3
$15. You
John.
gotta get $15 every time.
Now, let me
I
know
know.
if that audio is better.
John,
We've
you
got
cannot
Optimize
say no, bro.
continuing for 65, and
Yes, so that's a yes.
Chris floating. He has the best hand for
That's a
5.
yes.
Yeah, he can.
That's,
Right.
yeah, you can't say
There's a
fucking no.
couple
Hell
of
no.
conspiracies
My man 50
and-
grand. And let's play
They gonna talk shit about you in the break room.
7 times doesn't really help anybody here.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six persons.
Never gonna. I have 40 minutes left. Never gonna happen. I can, but just like
Lots of checking this
this would be the one
time.
time I don't put it out for 40 minutes straight.
Chris
So she
wants
took
to
it because she knows when I play like in
try and do
nighttime
anything here.
and when I play with other guys.
And statistically,
I
it's the
always
most
say
likely
21
number
is my number.
to come out.
I'm never different from my number 21. So she took my number. But it's good.
Chris
I'm not
doesn't
playing,
check.
right?
Flop 35.
Another check on the end. Those 5s will be good if he can
So
get into
yeah, you don't want to
showdown
pick
here.
anything over 33, right? That's all aces. So you don't want to pick that.
110.
You're like,
Yeah, what would you say? If
Okay, I
picked
think I
34?
might have turned the table
34
down a
would be
little
like
bit.
17.
Is that any better?
50.
Ryder
17.
firing 110 into the spot. See if Chris can
But
We'll give you
find the call here.
34.
Interesting thing is this run out, like if the 5s were good on the flop,
Look, it's like, oh.
$100 each.
the only thing that gets there is a random 7. He's going to call, and he's going to be right. Story just not making much sense.
Optimize, Chris, Johnny, and
All right, you're keeping
Mr.
track.
And he did
Johnson
snip
Earl.
that out.
It's here and 4 in a row there. So you need to keep track too.
Go a little bit lower.
But I'll take the money from you. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll round up the money for
All right,
you.
I
will
lowered the
announce
table a
it
little
for
bit
you.
more, I think.
Just so they pay their money.
I'm gonna let you do all the work.
Don't
and I'm
have a
gonna
whole
sit
lot
back
of
here.
controls on my side, but
Cool.
gotta do my best here. Sorry if
Not bad at all.
audio's not perfect. Doing my best though.
The very difficult part is flopping 21.
Fold, fold, fold.
Good news is we do have a talkative table.
Block.
So yeah, we're giving it $3. You can get in there too. So. It's just simple deal. Not anything going for us. You gonna get in?
I don't even play those.
What kind of hat is that? We got all stars in the fight. What kind of hat is that? Huh?
John having himself a great night.
What kind of hat is that? You got
Baker had a couple good spots himself. Claymo and TJ in the green as well.
And you're pretty good.
But hey, anything can still happen. We've still got another at least half hour to go here on TCH Live.
pretty good loud counter.
Maybe 45 minutes since we started late.
Yeah,
We'll
man, I should
see.
play the stream more often.
Yeah, I got like 60.
And we go with another hand, hand number 86.
Call. Call.
Essentially a limit spot here. We got the $6 straddle and
So sorry, my bad.
Williams here.
Yeah, he's out of here, dude.
Somebody actually asked.
He's going on vacation.
Somebody asked me for the shift, and I didn't even give it up, man.
What a hustler.
Keep me straight. I do apologize.
Hustles
It's
on
my
the
fault.
stream.
Keep me straight. I
Hustles
do
in the
apologize. It's my fault.
Getting this pot right real quick. A little bit of change should be distributed. There we go.
4 butters.
4 ways we go. Queen, Jack 5. All right. Got some action here. We got top 2 for Johnny. We got open enters for Faker and for Ryder. Claymo with a little baby bottom pair there. So something for everyone here. Ryder leading out the $25. Faker coming along, and Johnny just calling here. He's got a lot that he could try and get protection against. And Ace of Hearts a little bit inconvenient for him. King 10 does get there on this turn. Another flush draw for him to fade.
Check.
See if he decides to bet this time.
I'm messing with you,
You're
man.
scared of his wife. That actually makes way more sense.
I'm scared of your wife too. All right, that's cool.
Yeah, 65.
65 from Johnny.
It's hard to get away.
And gets called by both the straight draws.
All right, again, I apologize. I'm scared of your wife too.
And this river will complete both straight draws, but it will also complete the heart draw that nobody has.
So I have to.
Border was straight here. Ryder checks. Faker with also Broadway. Ryder and Faker gonna chop if they get to showdown. $200. Johnny, worst run out ever, just has to make the fold. And Ryder calls. Choppity chop chop. Phony Turgeson wondering, did I move to Texas for poker? No, I actually moved to Texas for my day job career. And I just happened to stumble into a booming poker industry, which is kind of cool. I was just seriously getting into poker at that point in time, actually. Like, before I moved to Texas, the most I played was 10, 20 cents after work at my last job up in Seattle. And towards the end, I'd gone to a card room up there and played like a $60 tournament and somehow cashed it. Like $60, $70, something like that. And it's like, okay, like maybe I want to actually start to learn how to play this game a little bit more decent. And here I am, droning on and on to the internet all these years later. And production says I'm doing a good job of it. I appreciate the praise. We got Mel and Kristen on the other side this evening. And it's a fun group to work with here. Ace 5-4, clubs, and Johnny out flopping the 10s of John. Ryder with the club draw, so some action potential here. 25 from John. Ryder calling, Johnny calling. Ace of clubs, chaos card. Trips for Johnny, but a flush for Ryder. And I think John is done with this hand. $100 the bet from Ryder's flush. Johnny calls. Needs to improve upon these trips. And he does. 8 of clubs on the end. That's going to be a full house. The 4th club is going to be a disappointment to Ryder. who's now losing to anything holding a bigger club than that 10. Shawnee leading River for 150. Ryder with 462 left. I don't think a raise accomplishes anything. I think the most that he's going to do here is call.
Can I ride with you? Can I ride with you? You got the nicer beans. My fault. I was trying to throw off everybody.
And he makes the fold, and understandably so. That was really unfortunate run out. Now he gets the 4th club, and the board was paired, which is not ideal. Yeah, I still work a day job, phony Turgeson. I don't play full time. I don't see myself playing full time. Like, I like poker. I'm not sure I want poker to be my job.
I want to hear him talk, y'all. Is this mine or yours? Right here.
And I'm a remote worker, which is why I get to disappear to Vegas for however long I disappear to Vegas. I could sit in Vegas and I could work in Vegas, and I'm extremely lucky that way.
I think highly of myself. I'm the governor of the dealers, so I just talk to everybody.
Queen 10, 3, everyone misses here. Another 10. There's some chopability here.
Better than my $5.
Check, check again. Do we get another big card? We don't get another big card. That 8's going to play. So one more round of checks. Ryder going to want a small one here. Doctor saying that Northeast casinos need some low entry fee tournaments. Yeah, and it's nice to have that on ramp. Like that's the thing with poker. Like I think it's especially a problem with mixed games, to be honest, where it's like, where's the low stakes cheap on ramp to get into these games? Like you see lots of big buy-ins, like big buy-in tournaments. Like we got to introduce players to these games, and like that even goes for Hold'em to some extent, where you got to get people a relatively cheap way. The problem is like if you're sitting there like in a casino setting, it's kind of hard for them to make the numbers work. I think. Consider whatever rate you want to charge, and it's going to be a pretty goofy structure. Here at TCH Austin, there's tournaments with buy-ins as small as $60. If you ever run into here, check those out. TexasCardHouse.com for all the details on all the tournaments at all the locations.
That's the same as the 4, King Rant? All right, I'm checking on you. My man.
Heads up we go. Chris is dominating Ryder, and they both flop a pair of jacks, which could be bad news for Ryder. That said, it is 2 pair, a king or an ace. Could be some salvation here for Ryder.
They ain't sitting here, we don't give a damn. We taking that shit from they stack. I mean, it's on camera, right?
Instead, $90 bet and all in for $386, and Chris with top pair, and it's not that big of a raise. You know, love the kicker. It's potentially a spot where you just got to hold your nose and call, and he does make the call. And there's the 8. Ryder gets there. Ryder gets there. Jackson 8s and 5s. Ryder gonna double up.
I got a big ass watch to draw that down.
All right, so Ryder getting a little bit of that deficit quad back here. Kind of a rough night for him. Hopefully can end on a reasonably good note. John's still by far the big winner.
Where's that John Earl?
He's had a lot of things go his way tonight.
Playing pool. He's locking it up.
Bro,
Maybe I shouldn't have added on.
I'll text her just 1 second to get her actual name or whatever. I'll text her right now.
Like the complaint I hear from the Northeast poker-wise is like you can't even get a tournament series together anywhere in the Northeast, which is kind of wild.
Where is it?
He's outside. Oh, I thought that was John Earl.
No.
Who's John Earl?
Oh my gosh.
Tell me, please.
Are you okay?
How much did you
He's a John
drink
Earl.
late?
Yeah, but that's John Earl. He wasn't standing over there.
I thought that was him through there. I don't see the name.
They have the same build and they're wearing the same t-shirts. It's okay. It's
I
okay.
saw just right through there.
I got it. It's okay.
Oh, Rex? Oh, yeah, yeah.
I can see. You're both wearing white shirts.
Yeah, we both got that same build. Yeah. No, I don't got that build like him.
You're just yelling across the room. John O, what are you saying?
And thanks again for watching this evening as we have a bit more poker left to play tonight.
Raise the 10. Hold. Play. Don't use that phone at the table.
What's wrong, Edwin?
That's a good play. The old fold in the dark. Huh?
Man, I don't even see it. I fold.
He gonna watch the screen. It's gonna
We're so close to 100 likes. A couple more likes. We'll have the 100.
Raise the 9.
You know, if you're watching from the future in our archives, still not too late to hit that like button. You can hit the like button even after the fact.
All right.
Completely free to do.
I thought you said you don't have a girlfriend. Just a girl that would be very mad if she heard you say that.
First putting in the race with the ace-king. The ace-king, ace-queen, queen-jack. Not a Broadway card to be found on this flop, 10-7-6.
All the last like 5 have been between 20 and 23.
Damn it, I
You
just
don't hit it the
had.
next 3 hands of them.
Look, I wonder what I had now. Golly. What did you say?
I said, if you don't hit it the next 3 hands, I'm out.
Chris going to continue here. Not a great flop for him.
Okay.
Gets called by Johnny, who is dominated here with the ace-queen.
Let there be blood.
Baker gets out of the way.
You say you had Poppy for 5?
If I'm not going by then.
Snap took that bet, though.
Another brick turn, deuce of clubs. We'll see if Chris continues or not.
No, no big deal. Just give him 100. I mean, it's over.
No. No, you just gotta earn it. You gotta put on some moves.
5 or 100. It's all the same thing.
You're right, though. He does have to earn it. But, I mean,
Chris will fire the 225, and that'll get it
He's gotta
done.
get body back. He's gotta show me what he's made of. You know, he gotta throw some punches.
Thank you. Hands on.
What's your chess rating, Bobby?
that might invalidate the bet. You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
What's your score?
You don't want to know.
Like on chess.com. Do you have chess.com score?
No, I can tell already. He does not have that.
This is good.
This is good. Woo! You're gonna get my $5.
1100.
He doesn't want you to back out of this bet.
Chess.com is beneath him.
Let me get that $5.
Yeah, you do better for me. I'm like 1,000.
Ace wheel for TJ. What's that $10 straddle?
If you have a functioning brain, you can be like 900, and then like with just a tiny bit of experience, you can go from 1,000 to 1,100.
Avalanche of calls.
Play on chess.com, Blake?
All the way until we get to Ryder.
Yeah, on the little app.
Ladies in red.
100.
The Queen of Hearts, Queen of Diamonds.
And what's an app?
Increases the price to 100.
Like, no.
TJ coming
I have
along.
a little room in the back.
I imagine everyone else clears out with their offsuit stuff until Optimize proves me wrong, which will cause an avalanche of calls. I guess they just don't really feel like folding at this point. And that's fine. There's no rule that you have to fold.
And we want to know what you actually do. What's your job called?
King 7 deuce. 1 over for the queens. It's not the scary one. And the queens are still ahead here. We check through. Another deuce. Nobody has a deuce. Nobody has a heart draw either. Checks over to optimize. And he is going to take the aggressive wrap this time. He's going to make it 250. Over to Ryder with the queens. He lets him go. Well done by Optimize. Surely TJ gets out of here. And he does.
Let's go.
Optimize showing the bluff.
All right.
Giving us a little celebration there. You think he just won the main event or something.
Free money.
He was happy about it being on camera. I don't want to encourage it.
He's like, overall of the schedule.
If he wasn't on camera, I don't think he'd do it.
It just didn't.
The lady.
You know, you did it right.
Wasn't doing all that. What's hard for her is
All you needed to do was win 500
yeah, my girlfriend, but she
Optimize with the awareness of where the camera shot would be on.
does. It's like, yeah, it's like, you see the parts. I fold.
Yeah, eventually Boar's Head will end up in all 50 states, I'm sure. That's a northeastern thing for those who are unaware. There are some things that you don't appreciate until you leave New York, like black and white cookies. You know how hard it is to find a black and white cookie outside of New York?
You work in the hospital.
I actually I'm playing one of those tournaments in Vegas. I think it was the Deuce. What a wonderful tournament that was. I come out of the break, guy at my table, he pulls out a black and white cookie, he's eating the black and white cookie, like, hey, where'd you get that?
I checked to the
I said, me?
And then I found a source. And Optimize has found trip 8s here. Check, check.
It's only for the rest of the world to see. Yeah, no.
Johnny with no hope here. Optimize going to make it 75. Johnny going to take a river, and bad news for him. He rivers himself top pair.
Yes, we all save money. I mean, we did it. Sorry, Chris. This is a different version of Clinton.
$300.
All right.
Slightly over pot.
I'm in. We'll talk just a little louder so the folks at home can hear me. Mic him up.
And gets called there, and
Thank you.
Optimize going to make back most of his deficit tonight. There isn't any moon cookies, no way. Like, I assume you mean the black and whites. Yeah, so it turns out that there's essentially like a New York-style deli diner in one of the suburbs where like they got baked goods, and they have black and white cookies among their baked goods.
Hey, how you doing,
And
sir? All right?
I got my hands on some.
That's just my hello.
Okay. 400?
Yeah, 400. But he did say when I was coming in with, he's going to cover that.
Turns out there's a place out in Houston, like right near the new TCH Houston, that
Wait, you
the
buying
same
it?
deal. You can
I
get
feel
your
right now you
fix
buying
there.
it. I fold.
That, and like you get accustomed to a certain standard of pizza.
Here's the 25.
You have an equal at the table now, King.
I know, my bad. I'm sorry, what is it?
Not to mention things like Sicilian pizza being a thing in New York, and maybe not some other places. It's more of a rectangular, thicker pizza.
Hey, Rex, how you doing, son?
I haven't heard the term moon cookie. Like if you're gonna tell me it's a moon cookie or a half moon cookie or something, it's I'd believe you.
I like it.
25.
Yeah, I don't know what the quote official term is, but like it's one of those foods you don't see much outside of New York, and I'm sure the other 200 plus people watching this right now have just totally tuned out our conversation about baked goods in New York. Don't worry, I'll let you know if poker happens.
No, hell no.
The table is good. I mean, the game.
Got another 5 minutes or so to go here on TCH Live.
Full.
1-3, often more. No limit hold'em
Raise 15.
from Austin this evening.
We're gonna see right here.
I see we've blown past that 100 like mark. Thank you so much for
Accidentally
all the likes.
4 players.
10-9-6 is going to
So we
be
got, like, on the fly, I'll check. On the
something
fly,
for
21,
a number of
$3
players
for
here.
the dealer.
That's not.
Ryder, pair plus gut shot.
You not in?
Playmo with a gut shot. Faker with a gut shot.
It don't matter. I'd rather tip the dealer when I win.
Over to Ryder, who makes it 55.
I'm gonna go
Pretty
with
strong
I'll take
pair
the top
plus gutter there.
That's more than $3
Gets the job done.
I know what you drive.
Can't be sure to join us again tomorrow for the big game from Dallas. We're on at least 5 days a week between
I mean,
Austin, Dallas, and Houston.
your definition of mouth.
Poker Atlas Tour firing up next week.
They got a plug in the back.
Dallas and Las Colinas.
Bro, it's
Over $3 million in guarantees. Check out that full schedule, TexasCardHouse.com or on Poker Atlas.
Last.
There's Hold'em. There's PLO. There's mixed games.
second bet $3.
Like cologne, dog. Holy
And there'll be a bunch of streamed content out of TCH Dallas.
good, but it's strong as hell.
Find out each and every time we're on the air
I can spell it.
by subscribing and getting those notifications turned on.
I myself cannot.
Love to share in the fun with all of you.
Moving for you, Carolyn, like this is probably that stuff that has the pheromones.
Players looking to have some fun here.
Oh my God.
4 ways.
No comment, all right?
I don't know what to say right here.
He's
Almost
7-4,
again.
gutter
Golly,
4, faker.
4.
Top pair for John.
The bucks, yo. I'm trying to get the dollars. Okay. Well, you're not in the hand. Explain to me
I'll check.
Okay. No, so if the dealer flops 21, so currently it's what, 19? She flops 21. So 1.
Like an hour.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
20 from
So
John's
six
going to get
players,
raised by
gotta give her
Ryder
$3
with his
bucks
over
apiece.
pair.
So if she flops 21, she gets $3. Just say yes.
Somehow it's Ryder and Optimize. I'm not sure if those buttons got clicked correctly. Yes, they have apparently.
Hold on one
Ace
second.
on the turn. Ryder going to fire again.
What do I say?
I have to assume that Optimize's hand has been misread. I don't think he has king 3. Just a spades on the end seems harmless.
Here's my dad. All right.
Check, check. And
Bro, you got $3, bro. You got fine. Yes, all
I
right.
don't know what Optimize has, but it doesn't beat 10, so maybe he had king 3, who knows?
7, yeah, it's 7 players now.
I got like 5 minutes left.
Is Luigi's Pizza Brooklyn? I don't know.
17 o'clock.
There's probably a lot of Luigi's Pizzas, I feel like.
We're just gonna cut the lights out. We're still gonna play here.
I'm from 3 counties over from Brooklyn. I'm from Long Island. So I can't speak to that point.
Carolyn's in charge of everything, so yes. Okay, it's not me. It's not me. I don't know.
I'm just some guy from the middle of Suffolk County.
Okay, 20 years what? In the cornfield? Right beside you? Yeah, yeah. I'm just asking, bro. I'm just asking. Matter of fact, I did the cornfield. You did the I was picking shit. Yeah, I was picking shit. My job, bro. You know my job is to bring.
All right, penultimate hands here. Hand number 97.
Hell, right, yo, mouth.
Jack 9 suited for Chris. Raised it to 20. Gets called by Ace 9 suited. 5-4 suited. Optimize. Is he going to play the suited hand? No, he's not. So we go 3 ways. That's 1 heart. It's only 1 heart. Ace 10-10. Johnny's got top pair. No one's got anything else.
Oh, wow. $3, everybody.
Oh, I did it.
$3, everybody.
Okay, so apparently Clay was serious about that prop, where if the flop added up to 21, Carolyn would get tipped. And so everybody's tipping Carolyn now.
Are we good? We want to
He's putting it in there.
Good for her,
Yeah, very distracting.
putting out a 21 like that.
Yeah, what is the answer?
Oh,
I'm up
if I
on-
put
what's the
21 on the
question?
flop, I would give them $3.
6 of diamonds. We'll see if
They'll make one, but it's got to make it fit.
we get much action here. 30 gets 1 caller.
The
Johnny
shots
calling.
on the van, though,
Yeah, Johnny has the ace, so he's calling. Chris is bluffing, and we'll see if Chris bluffs one more time or if he just gives up here.
Yeah, I'm sure that the word acclimate is not the punchline.
damn it. So,
Chris going to check folds here.
But acclimate, I don't know.
Johnny going to take this one down.
I'm not sure if you got every $3.
Finishing on a bomb pot.
No, I mean, so TJ
You guys
did.
want to do bomb post or last hand?
So TJ did. I went my
We
3.
got being negotiated now.
Bomb pot last hand?
We see the
Everybody give
10s
up the $3?
getting out there. John, our big winner.
Just make sure I want to make
And
it honest living.
unless something really wild happens with him and Optimize, he's going to be the big winner. Baker, Claymouth, TJ all having wins as well.
I want a question, but check mark, yes.
4 cards going out to each and every player.
Just give me 2 kings. I don't give a fuck about the other 2 cards. Just give me 2 kings.
Getting these card scans up here.
It's good. Eight of hearts, 5 of spades, 3 of hearts.
Optimize without a whole lot. We're just waiting for the graphics to catch up. Chris has an open ender. Johnny's got a set of 4s up top and here on the bottom he calls the 50. John calling with nuts straight on top. Waymo calling, he's got 2 pair on 1 board. In 4 ways we go to the turns. An ace and a 6, both diamonds, no diamond draws around. And who's improved here? So John still has the nuts up top. Waymo down on the bottom. What the best hands at the moment with the 8s and 3s. We check through. Deuce of diamonds puts forward. It was straight on the top. Ace of spades on the bottom. And that's going to chop it up for John and Claymo, it looks like. Clay with the aces up. Aces and 8s. John on the other side. His straight's going to hold. But it's going to be Johnny putting in the bet here. He's got just the set on some not so ideal runouts. John just going to flat. He's got the nuts on one side, but it is a straight. Someone else can have the same straight. Very important to remember that here. I think Chris just has the fold here. Two pair not going to be good. Johnny going to call, so John and Clamo going to chop up this last part.
All right, we have.
Doctor, depends on your mix. Like, I mean,
Big straight.
maybe you could make like a Porsche game where you play pineapple instead of
Bottom,
hold'em.
I've got
We see these hands getting red, and pot will get chopped up. I'm going to fill time for these graphics to come up and show us our stats for the evening. Yeah, so
right. AJ's good.
in case John wasn't having a good enough night, he's just picked up another $100 or so. Easily the biggest winner, up over $4,000 at what we claim to be 1-3 no and Hold'em. Gotta love Texas. BPIP wise, John was playing a lot of hands. I think sometimes you play a lot of hands and you get rewarded though.
For you, thank you.
And a lot of active players this evening. You see the raise stats coming across here. Raise first in. All right, so once again, thank you so much for watching this evening. Be sure and join us again tomorrow from Dallas on behalf of Dante. We got to step out a bit early, and our production staff, Mel, Kristen, David, the dealers, Jesse, Carolyn, all the staff here, Texas Card House, William Lottie, the New York Knit, wishing you a good night. Thanks for